This is session 17 of the Rogues to Riches campaign for Lamentations of the Flame Princess. So we left off. You guys were in the forest there north of Nijmegen. You had found the camp of Florence Bastards, the bandits that have been raiding caravans traveling between Amsterdam and Nijmegen and so on. You found their camp, done a little bit of a kind of up close recon on it with Andres going in under the invisibility spell that Antonio cast upon him. He got the fuck out of Dodge pretty quick. And yeah, it's about, if I've got the time recorded correctly here, I think it's about 3:30 in the afternoon on this wintry day in, I don't remember what the weather was. I'll just roll a brand new one. It's starting to get cloudy, and it looks like it's going to yeah, there's going to be precipitation probably in the next hour or two.
That's no good.
And it's pretty cold, so it's probably going to be snow. Yeah, and you reckon you've got maybe about an hour, hour and a half of daylight left, tops. So I leave it to you. What do you like to do?
Rachel will look over to the wizard and say, "All right, look, I heard you say earlier you had to prepare invisibility again. I don't know how your spells and everything work, but like, what things can you currently do? Like, what abilities can you currently use to help us out?"
Well, I can make some people fall asleep, and I can stop someone from walking through a door. Sort of, to be basic.
Okay. How many people can you make fall asleep?
It depends on how close they are to each other, and boy, how strong of mind they are.
Okay. And when you say walk through a door, how limited is that?
Well, I once kept a zombie scarecrow from leaving a room for a full minute. It depends on the creature, I suppose.
Okay, but I mean,
But I have to concentrate the entire time, and I really can't do anything else while that's happening.
what I mean is, could you like stop the gates on the doors on the gates there? Could you prevent those from opening, or could you prevent someone from leaving a tent?
I could prevent the gates from opening, yes, absolutely. But I would need to prepare for that. I could stop someone from opening the flap of a tent, sure, but that doesn't stop them from just cutting the hole in the side of it and walking out that way.
True, but maybe they won't think about it for enough time. I mean, the making people fall asleep is at least a a good strategy we have. Okay. The only bucket that you said you were able to look at, Antonio, was, or I'm sorry, is that your character's name?
My character's Antonio. You're talking about Andreas.
Andreas. Yes, I'm sorry. I was looking at the thing. Andreas, you said the only barrel you were able to look at, it had water in it.
Correct.
And you still didn't see the actual flying machine inside the camp itself, right?
Right. I pretty much went through all the tents except for the one.
Okay, so we could assume that the flying device is in that middle tent. I don't really like assuming, though. I think we all know what they say about that. And we have two fighters, a wizard, and a thief versus a bandit camp of what, like a dozen or so, maybe more. I don't like our odds.
Indeed. But we don't need to destroy the entire group. If we can destroy their flying machines and capture their leader and scatter the rest, I think we will have accomplished our goal.
True. And you still have those flaming arrows, right?
Oh, yeah.
So maybe that should be how we should start the Sultan counter. Flaming arrows to that middle tent.
I would like to prepare, though, a little more. I like when you started talking of locking. If we can lock those gates and keep them from opening them, I think that will do quite a bit to panic the folks inside and send them running. If we can lock those and then start a fire right in the center of their camp, maybe.
Okay, out of character. How, like, let's say if we were to leave this area, how long would it take us to walk here without our horses? Like if we went back to say the hotel today.
Oh, the inn itself, the roadside inn.
Right.
So I recall there was only a few hours.
And now that we know the way, it'd be a lot easier too.
Yeah, and we wouldn't have to worry about our horses because they're currently just tied up in the woods. So yeah, let's head back to the inn, and maybe we can actually discuss some of these other spells that you could possibly prepare. That way, we could we can prepare the best spells and come up with a good plan. I have an image of the pirates' base, a sketch here on the back of the map. So, let's just head back for now, and we'll come here tomorrow when we have a better battle strategy.
We can probably get some more supplies to help. Maybe like if we are gonna attack them with fire, maybe we can do a bigger fire or something.
Well, if we're going to do that, then we would want to head to the city, but I'm not sure how far away that is.
There are no hotels in 17th century Europe, but there's an inn.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant Andres was saying as far as like buying more supplies or whatever, we'd have to head to one of the cities to do that.
Yeah, more than likely. You'd have to go to Nijmegen or Amsterdam, which is about a day's travel either way.
Well, then we could go to Nijmegen.
Not tonight. In fact, you won't even make it back to the inn before dark tonight.
Well,
you can still go. You can travel after dark. There's just risks.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that might be the best strategy. Head towards Nijmegen, travel through the night, I guess. Rest up, grab some supplies in the morning, and then, stable our horses in Nijmegen until we, get back to our horses.
That's correct.
Because we could use some more supplies.
Yes, that's also.
Actually, I have an idea in my head for maybe stopping the flying machine. And we can talk about that more tonight or in the morning.
I'm all for sleeping in a nice bed.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, so if you leave now, start making your way towards Nijmegen. If you don't get slowed down by the storm that's coming, if you don't have any other troubles along the way, you will probably make it there maybe by midnight, which would mean you're traveling about 7 hours in the darkness.
What supplies more do you think we need?
I was thinking, I don't know if you've ever heard of these, but I've used these devices before to catch runaways and such. Or they used to use these to catch runaways where I was from, called bolas. They're basically like kind of like heavy balls tied to the end of some rope. They're used to throw at a person and wrap around their ankles. If that, I was thinking if we could get some of those, perhaps, or have some that could make something like that, we could perhaps throw them up at the helicopter rotors and they'd get wrapped around the rotors and make those flying machines fall straight out of the air.
Why not try that with a couple of torches and a length of rope?
Hmm. I mean, look, we could try making some ourselves.
It's two heavy objects attached by a rope. We have a sailor here. I'm sure he knows his knots.
Sure enough. Well, if he thinks that we're prepared enough now to attempt this, I just don't. I'm not seeing the odds a whole lot.
I would still like to wait at least a day before we do so I can be more prepared.
I hope you don't think we're going to camp out in these woods.
I've slept in worse places.
Yeah, but
Which is closer, though? Do we want to go all the way back, all the way to Nijmegen, or should we just retreat back to the roadside inn?
Right. Well, it's going to be about the same travel either way.
No, it's only a few hours to the roadside inn.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right. Well, then let's just head to the roadside inn then.
Well, think about it this way. If we go to the roadside inn, we just left there. Now we're coming back there. How do we know they don't have any agents that go through there themselves and are finding out what we're doing? I mean, they want to keep. I would imagine they would have some contact outside of this little village here to let them know when caravans are coming through or people are acting suspicious. I mean, that's just an idea. I mean,
I haven't noticed anyone that seems like any kind of bandit agents the last few times I've been there. They probably just simply get the list from the city.
They could also just have someone sitting on a hill somewhere watching for caravans, and then they send a signal somehow.
Yeah. I don't think we have too much to worry about at the roadside inn. And if it does turn out that the roadside inn's involved, then we'll, kill everyone there and burn the place to the ground. Either way, I think that we're dwelling on this too much. So, I think it would be good to prepare the best spells that we can. But as far as supplies, let's just, try and improvise with what we have. Maybe make a few of those throwing devices I was talking about, and that should be about it.
To the inn.
Okay, so you're going to make your way back to the inn. And it definitely starts snowing before you get out of the woods. And it starts snowing pretty good to the point where there's a good bit of kind of snow falling down through the trees by the time you get back to your horses and undo undo their binds, whatever, you had them tied up to trees there and stuff. Start leading them back towards the inn. Are you riding or are you walking them?
We'll walk till we get out of the forest, and then I guess we'll just ride on the road after that.
Cool. Let's see here. Okay. Yep, you'll be able to make it back to the inn a couple of hours after dark, without any major incidents. A couple of times, a horse slip or something, but you don't get any broken legs or anything of that sort. So you make it back with all the mounts still alive. It was a little dicey at times, but yeah. Okay, you're back at the inn. It is pretty close to empty. There's hardly anybody here. It's definitely the quietest night you've seen in the several times you've been here now in the last couple of weeks. There's maybe there's the family, of course, that work there, and then there's maybe 3 or 4 other people sitting in the inn. Two of whom are like sitting together and just like smoking pipes and relaxing. It looks like they've just had a nice meal, based on the dishes which are left on their table, and they seem to be drinking some kind of steaming beverage from a tankard. And the other 2 gentlemen are sitting separate, different tables. Just one of them is working away on a bowl of steaming hot stew, which you can smell in the air. Some kind of a winter vegetable stew, you would guess. And the other one is just kind of sitting quietly and drinking from a cup, or more a tankard, I should say. Yeah. And that is what you find when you return to the inn. What was the name of this inn? I had it down somewhere, didn't I? I know I did. It'll come to me. I'll find it in a second. So,
Okay. While we sit down to warm up and everything, Rachel would suggest that maybe whoever is the best at talking to people could see if they could keep their horses here and stow them tomorrow for a little fee.
We have a hankering to do some hunting, and it's just a little hard to maneuver them through the woods sometimes.
oh yeah, especially in this weather.
Indeed.
Yeah, sure. You can stable them here for a day or whatever you need. Just charge you. We'll make it. How many horses?
4?
4. Yeah, the 4 of them. You could stable the 4 of them for 5 silver a night. That'll cover feed and everything.
And when we return, I shall give you a bit of a bonus if they're in good shape.
Oh, they will be. My boy will look after them well.
Fantastic.
He's a good lad.
Okay. And how
I'll
much?
pay him.
Cool.
And how much for the room?
How much were the rooms here? Let's see.
I think they were only like 3 silver. Was that right?
That does not sound correct. That sounds either high or low. Which one is it? Let's see here. Lodging in
Oh, I think it was
rural. Yeah, it'd be 2 silver.
2 silver. Okay.
2 silver per night. Yep.
All right. That's good. And I'm sorry. Is Antonio going to pay the 5 silver for all the horses?
Yep, already done.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
5 silver total for 4
right.
horses. Yeah. And the name of the inn is the Bottle Arms. I did have it written down. I just had to find it.
Rachel won't argue.
Oh, I didn't realize that was what you're looking for. Yeah, I had that written down.
Yeah, the Bottle Arms. I just couldn't remember off the top of my head, and I knew I had it written down. I just had to figure out where.
Okay. So what other? I don't know. Like I don't think we want to talk about this necessarily out in the open. How big are
Yeah.
the rooms here?
How big are the what?
Rooms?
Just kind of average size rooms. They're not particularly big.
Could we sit in a room securely and all 4 of us?
2 or 3 of you could probably sit on the bed. Nobody's particularly large, are they?
No.
No, not that I think of.
3 of you could probably sit on the bed, and 1 could lean against the door. It'd be tight.
Could we?
You'd be hoping that nobody has any body odor issues, but
If we sit at a table, like a table downstairs, can we, whisper among each other without other people overhearing us?
what's your lowest characteristic? Your lowest stat?
Charisma, which is is really low. It's a 4.
Unfortunately, no, because everybody's kind of sitting spread out. You could kind of try to whisper, perhaps, but the way these 3 tables are, there's like one right in the middle and one on kind of each corner, opposite ends of each other. You know what I mean? Like,
How about we discuss to take care of our horses for the evening?
Yeah, that'll work.
what's that? You want to discuss in the stables?
Yeah, we would take care of our horses.
Or we could have talked about it on the way back, like while we were walking on the road.
Sure. What do you want to talk about? What's
Rachel would want to know what other kind of spells the wizard could prepare. I mean, that's not something that
Well, I
not everyone.
can do many things. I can fall from the great height without injury. I can, like I said, put people to sleep. I can make someone think they're my best friend if I wish to.
Now that can help us.
I could speak pretty much any language for a brief period of time. I can make myself the size of a giant, and I can also make myself walk up a wall or others walk up a wall. I could lock anything permanently. I can make an object speak as if it had its own mouth. I can find things that are nearby, and as you've seen, I can turn things invisible. I could make you forget anything I want you to forget. And as I said before, I can stop things from moving through an area that I don't wish them to move through.
Well, I definitely think locking the door would be a good thing to prepare.
Indeed.
I have a quick
as
question.
And also, maybe that you said you can make people climb up things, like that might also be useful to prepare.
I can only do so much, though.
We could, if someone could climb up something, we could give them a few of those bolas, let them climb up a tree using that spider climb you're talking about, and then they have a better way to reach the airships.
But for
as
every,
Antonio lists off his multitude of magical things that he can do, some of you may think that this is why the witch hunts are so prevalent right now. It all sounds very, very dangerous. I mean, if you really think about it, the
There's
fact that he can
something-
make you forget anything he wants to make you forget, it makes you kind of wonder, what has he already made me forget that I don't even remember? Hmm?
Yeah, that's
and I didn't even tell them about summon.
Yeah, we won't go there.
If
I could summon a creature that would destroy all reality or drive you programmably insane if I don't control it properly.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we won't talk about summon.
Yeah, what were you going to say, Andres?
if I'm in the room with them whenever he's talking about the things he could do,
This is while you're walking back. This
Okay.
is on the trip between.
so Andres would look at Antonio and he would be like, if you could help me to climb a wall, I could use your bow and arrow if you don't mind me using it. I can set the tents on fire.
No, I don't mind at all.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And then you could climb along the wall, and no one would be the wiser. They would definitely look further out to try and find you. And then, of course, when they come out, the fighter and I might be able to handle a few of them.
It looks like Merrick has disconnected his camera or microphone or both. I can't because your device is not connected, Merrick. It says you need to connect your mic or camera before I can add you back to the stream. You have turned something off or disconnected something there that doesn't allow you to be in. I can see him in the chat in case anybody is watching this recording is like, well, what? Yep, device is not connected. You need to connect your mic or cam before you can add them to the stream. Okay. You don't have a camera. What are you using? Just an integrated microphone on your... Yeah, okay. He has left the program completely.
He'll probably just restart.
Did you hit the stop cam button?
I
maybe?
did hit the stop cam button, and it really bugs me that you accidentally hit that button and you get kicked out of the show. And now apparently it locks you out if you hit that button.
Yeah, you couldn't hit it again, I take it, no?
I did hit it, but I don't have a cam, so it's always red.
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway. Okay, so we waited for you and we didn't progress anything.
Yeah, I can't remember what I was about to say, though. I had something profound and awesome that would have won the game for us, and now it's lost
I'm
forever
sure.
because of stop cam.
Okay, well, the spider climb on the wall is a good idea, and then that'll draw out some of the if as long as it's minor bandits, probably Cole and I can probably handle them. I mean, Cole seems to be a fairly level-headed fighter, and I know I've handled more than my fair share of simple bandits.
Yeah, wouldn't be the first time Rachel's taken on 12 men. Sorry, I jest.
No, so that was good. So yeah, so sounds like a good idea. Plus, the whole invisibility thing, that is an advantage.
There are limitations to this. If I think of if I prepare one thing, I cannot prepare another. So, are we sure we want to use all of that ability to allow someone to climb a wall?
Now, you've also
over other things.
You've also mentioned that you could make someone think they're your best friend.
I could, but it only works on one person.
But if you could get to the bandit chief and make him think that you're his friend, I mean, there's no telling what we might be able to do with that.
If he's a strong will, it might not work at all, and then there I am, my squishy little body, surrounded by the chief and all of his minions.
True. Okay, spider climb's a good idea. I'm sure we could put that invisibility and that sleep to use. So those are a few things that we already know to prepare. And of course, locking the gate.
What's this about locking the gate? Does that require there to be a lock in the first place?
No, it just needs to be a portal, and I use wizard lock on it.
Oh, okay, cool. That's I wasn't sure if it was like a mechanism lock type spell.
Nope.
Yeah.
It can seal a book shut even.
Wizard lock. Cool.
Yes. It locks it permanently.
Nice. Yeah, that's powerful. That would definitely work.
But you can only use one at a time. So you can't use the climb on Antonio and also lock the gate.
No, those are separate. I could do that, yes, of course. But I can let Andreas fly or walk up a wall and put one or more people to sleep. But I can then also charm someone into thinking they are my best friend or prevent someone from falling to their death. I could lock the door and make someone invisible, but then I could not also keep someone from moving out of an area that I don't wish them to.
I see.
So there are limits to this, and it must be prepared ahead of time.
Okay, well, I think the spider climb and locking the gate are the two big things. Like those two things seem like two things we definitely want to prepare.
Agreed.
Yeah, just an FYI, when it comes to magic spells, Merrick, something to keep an eye out for. Make sure it doesn't say something like the spell lasts as long as the caster actively concentrates on it.
Yes, exactly. Like Force of Forbidment.
Because I had a character die that way once. I was levitating like 40 feet up above the ground, and then there was a huge combat going on below me, and I decided to launch a magic missile at the leader of the enemy, and it hit him and hurt him. But then my levitation spell ended, and I fell 40 feet to my death.
Yeah.
It sucked because I think I had 3 hit points left, and I took 46 damage. But,
oh my goodness! Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I do read them beforehand. sometimes just beforehand, but
Just my that wizard, his last words were, "Oops."
hmm.
Actually, I think it was, "I have made a terrible mistake." Something like that. Yeah. So, okay, you know what you're going to prepare then?
Yes, I'm going to go with a sleep and a spider climb, wizard lock, and invisibility.
Sleep, spider climb, wizard lock, and invisibility. It's a good list.
That would be 2 hours of work.
Cool. Yep. 2 hours of study after sleeping for at least 6. Sounds good.
So I am going right to sleep when we get to the end.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah, I mean, you get back to the inn, it's only going to be what, like 7 o'clock.
Then I'm going to have a good meal and then go to sleep.
Sure.
Rachel would get with Antonio and Cole and see if
Andreas.
Andreas and Cole, and see if they could pull out some of that rope. Maybe get some I guess torches, or maybe find some rocks or something, and make some. I think, like I said, I think they're called bolas. Do you know what I'm talking about, right?
I know exactly what you're talking about. It is a bola, yeah. It's usually I think it's like 2 rocks or whatever on a rope or something like that. And they
Yeah.
whip.
I'm
Has
not
like
sure
some
how
kind of a
far.
stick, like a launching device, doesn't it, or something? If I recall correctly, I don't, or maybe not. Maybe it's just handheld.
I think it's just handheld. But if it is like a stick, that shouldn't be too hard. But yeah, like I'm not sure how far exactly we could throw them. Probably like 20 feet on a short, but even if the 60 foot is on the long end, like that would still be enough to try and hit the helicopter blades at a minus.
No stick. It's yep, 2 weights on the ends of interconnected cords. Comes from a Spanish word, so I'm assuming it was a Spanish origin. Actually, it was a South American Indian weapon. There you go. Originally, so talking probably what, Aztecs, something like that. Maybe Mayans.
Yeah, probably.
Aztecs. Sorry, Mayans. I'm thinking Aztecs were further north. Aztecs were more like Central America, North America. Yeah, Mayan. Cool.
So make up a few of those. Let's call it, I don't know, 2 each.
Sure. Yeah, I like it. I'm not going to make any rolls for that. I'll just let you do it. It's a cool idea. You've got a couple of fighters there, plus a pretty nifty, a pretty capable skill monkey as well. You're a specialist. So between the 3 of you, you can definitely whip up 6 of those, I think.
And
Now,
you
whether
said
or not you can use them officially, that'll remain to be seen. But
you said the place was kind of dead, right? Like there wasn't that many people.
mm-hmm. Yep, 3 tables aside from yourselves. 2 tables kind of in corners of the place that are like just 1 person each, and then 2 guys sitting kind of more in the middle of the inn, smoking pipes. They're all just looking travelers. None of them really look particularly adventurous or anything. None of them also, and the stables just had a few personal mounts in them. There was no wagons or carriages or anything of that sort. So there's no caravans, um, no trade caravans here at the moment. No merchants, you don't think? And of course, you've already had the conversation that we talked about. You've got the horses stabled and taken care of, 5 silver paid. Yep. You can eat nice, hearty stew, winter vegetable of some sort. No meat in it today, and they've got mulled wine or beer. They've always got beer. They recommend the mulled wine though, since it's a cold, wintry night outside. And this is, I think, the first real snowstorm we've had in the game so far, isn't it?
As far as I
remember that coming up before. Yeah.
I'll take the mulled wine then. Sure. How much for the drinks and everything? The meal for the night and all that.
Oh, right. So rooms are 2 silver. Um, assuming you each have a couple of drinks and a decent meal, you'd be looking at another 7 copper each.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, no drinking for Andres after what happened last time. But he would definitely eat some
No
food
drinking.
and
Okay.
yeah, no, no drinking.
Just 3 copper maybe then for the meal.
Uh, I'll leave a 3 copper tip personally to the maiden.
Okay, you can do that. She's not a maiden. This is the wife who's working now. But
Whoever is serving knows
fair
I'll
enough.
3 copper tip.
Hmm. Very good. Okay, yeah, and you can get your good night's sleep. Nobody attempts to rob you in the middle of the night. Everything goes well. You wake up. Everything's in place as it should be. Antonio, you can spend your couple of hours studying your spells.
Indeed, already on it.
Good, good. If anybody wants breakfast, again, you can get breakfast for 3 copper, or if you're feeling a little poor, you could just get a bowl of porridge for a copper piece. It's pretty awful, but
Mm, I'm still poor, but I'm going to go ahead and get the decent breakfast. I mean,
sure.
breakfast is the most important meal of the day, right?
Yeah, yeah, it might be your last too. So might as
With
well.
all of my equipment plus those 2 bolas, I'm going to be at encumbrance level 2 because I have my chainmail, which automatically gives me 1. So I'm
You, oh,
lightly
you mean
right
two
now.
points of encumbrance, right? So that's
Yeah, I'm lightly
lightly encumbered.
encumbered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. I think at level 2 isn't heavily encumbered, but I got you.
No.
Which is 3 points. Yeah, 2 points. No problem. You're lightly encumbered. Good to know. All right. Anything else anyone needs to prepare before you head again? Oh, wait, I do. Let me check the weather in the morning. It's cold, still light flurries of snow. You look outside, looks like probably about 6 inches of snow fell overnight and has stuck. It's cold enough that it's not melting. Um, so yeah, leaving the horses behind is probably a good idea right now. It might be okay if you stuck to the road, but yeah, it's just treacherous. And of course, also it's everything is covered in white, which makes stealth a little bit more difficult as well, especially when you're not in the forest. When you're in the forest, it might be a little better, but
Before we leave out, Rachel, if the owners would let her and everything, she would like to take a little, like just a small bit of coal from the fireplace and mix it with just like a little bit of water. And she would suggest the others do this as well. And just put like some black strips under her eyes to prevent snow blindness.
okay, cool. I don't know if that actually works or not, but sounds good. Sounds cool.
Yeah, and like that's actually what the if you ever watch people playing sports or whatever when they're playing
Sure,
in
sure, sure.
those black stripes, that's actually what they're for. They actually are for preventing snow blindness.
All right, good stuff. You guys can trek back to the forest now. Let's see here. Okay, and yeah. What did you say your charisma was, Rachel?
4 minus 2.
4. Wow, it's pretty bad. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Gotcha. No problem.
I'm glad you just asked me about my charisma and then made a secret roll.
Now, the reason I ask is because it's the lowest stat I think anybody has in the
Hmm.
party.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I use that for party luck.
Oh, how generous.
Yeah. Hey, you got a 4 in 20 chance of success. It's only what 20%.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you make it back to the to the forest and start making your way back towards where the camp is. Again, you can definitely see the smoke once you get closer. Follow the river up, and you see the smoke coming from their little fort camp that they have going on there. And you'll be able to find it pretty easily. Don't run into any wandering bandits, any patrols or anything of that sort. You don't get attacked by a bear or anything. I don't know if they have bears. Do they have bears in Holland around this period? I don't know. They probably do. It's not an island. We haven't had bears in Ireland in like 8,000 years or something, or 5,000 years.
It's wintertime. Bears would be hibernating, right?
Maybe. Yeah. Polar bears, maybe. I don't think they have polar bears in Holland. Anyway, I rolled for encounters, and you don't get attacked. So, yeah. By the time you get there, I'm assuming you left shortly after breakfast, or did you want to wait until later in the day and do this by nightfall?
Cover of darkness wouldn't be terrible, but you know what? We have a good plan here.
Mhm.
We have someone who can bend the fabrics of reality at will. So let's just go for a daytime attack. They won't be expecting it.
Does everybody else agree with that, Antonio?
A daytime attack?
Morning time, I mean.
I think it'd be better if we leave early. We can plan out things better. Like if we can, we have plenty of time to figure out exactly how we're gonna attack, and then do it.
Yeah, I don't know if the daytime attack is the best idea when we have so few versus so many.
Nighttime gives a surprise and confusion.
And although I may be able to do some amazing things, I can't fight so many people all by myself, and I can't really do any harm with my magic.
If you want to wait till evening, we can wait till evening. I mean, whatever you feel most comfortable with. I'll fight rain, snow, day, night.
If we're using flaming arrows into their compound, then we can see them, but they're not going to be able to see us.
Well, they have fires going in their camp too. I mean, there's already light in the camp as well.
There's that.
Just
If we light a,
yeah, I get your point though about the flaming arrows, but I'm just saying.
I mean, we're gonna have to light a fire in order to actually light the flaming arrows.
There's that too.
Small torch.
I got a question, Antonio.
Yeah.
You've said this before, but I don't quite remember. Okay, so the person that you turn invisible, they can hold something, and it's invisible also.
Yes, it can be invisible. Mm-hmm.
So if they had a torch not lit, and they went over to the fire pit, or several torches, and if they went over to the fire pit and got fire onto their torch, as they're holding it, would it become invisible?
No, they would turn visible at that point because they're trying to set something on fire.
Okay.
But if they picked up a lit torch or a light source, it would go away. It would become invisible for them, or if they carried it with them, it would be invisible.
So
but as soon as they tried to set something on fire, they would become visible, whether or not they succeeded.
If they threw those torches,
then yeah, they would become visible immediately, and so would they as they attack something. The light does not like it when people try to avoid it for too long. If you try to act violently, then the light will violently attack you as well.
Just trying to see if there's an easier way to do it than shooting arrows.
So
unfortunately, anything that might be considered violence towards another thing or person would make you visible again.
If we're going to leave out of the inn in the morning, like if we're going to attack the bandit camps more toward the evening, then we don't want to leave the inn till towards evening. I don't want to leave in the morning because that's going to give them even, being out there even longer is going to give them more chance to find us. So,
of course,
that's why if we were leaving in the morning, I was saying let's just attack them.
I think midday.
It'll take you
or so?
about 3 hours or so to get there. So by the time you leave around midday, that would get you there sometime around after 3 p.m. You'd still have a couple hours of daylight left at that point.
We can dally along the way as well. Take a little bit longer to get there.
Do a little recon again if you need to.
Yep,
Anybody got spyglass?
I do.
Hey, you know.
Hey. Yeah, you used it last session. That's right. Thought so. Yeah, because remember mentioning you almost dropped it out of a tree, which would have been horrible.
Yes, I did. After I just spent 250 silver on the damn thing.
Yeah, that would have sucked.
Well, whatever you guys are wanting to do, let's just come up with our plan, our final plans, and
Mhm.
and make this attack. Because I'm ready to get paid for this.
So you said that there was only the front gate in there, right?
Correct.
Huh.
They only have one gate. They don't have.
Do we have anything that
Oh,
can
I mean, the
blow
wall
up?
isn't like it's not like impossible for them to scale the wall. It's only like 10 foot high, but you know, and it's a wooden palisade. So
I have a question. Um, if someone were invisible holding a torch, and someone else were to reach into the realm of invisibility to light their torch, would that turn the person visible? Like,
well,
let's say,
if somebody was invisible holding the torch, you wouldn't know where that torch was.
Right, and they would have to
but,
then move the torch to light the arrow, which would
but I'm,
render it invisibility useless.
I mean, Rachel could be like, hold the torch right here, and then like they're holding a lit torch, so she knows where it is. You know,
I don't know if you would be able to trick the light like that.
It's pretty tricky.
I got a quick question. Do any of us have anything that can blow up or that is easy to like light up?
I do have the arrows that I prepared back in town for flaming arrows. I have a quiver of those and a quiver of regular arrows.
No, because what I was thinking is like if you give me a spider climb and I climb up there, I can hit the tents with the fire arrows. But then I was thinking we're gonna attack them at night. They're gonna panic. You're gonna hold the door. So maybe if we can set up a trap for them, or when they open the door, there's something that can explode, or maybe
Oh, I see what
they
you mean.
run into fire.
No, we didn't think that far ahead.
You didn't bring any like big barrels of gunpowder or anything of that sort.
And I need to get up to the door, so I'm guessing the invisibility, I'm going to be using it on myself so I can get up there and lock that door.
there are no like guard towers, right? You said that the things that look like, or you said that they're like sheds, right? So
They're like shed buildings and stuff. I mean, somebody could probably climb up there if they wanted to.
are there any flames on the fence or on the?
They didn't have anybody looking out the last time you were there.
Okay, are there any like torches or anything that are
No,
near the top of the gate or near the top of those sheds?
nope. Just a couple of fires inside.
Okay.
In fact, you might recall there was the two outdoor fires. There was also fires going inside the big like pavilion like tents as well.
If you could climb the fence on the, I don't know if you guys are looking at the map, but I am. If you could climb the thing on the east side, I wonder if it'd be possible to shoot one of those flaming arrows through the fire into the square tent, the rectangle tent. It'd be a bit of a trick shot, but I'm sure I think it could be done. Like that way you don't even have to light it because it just you shoot it through that fire. It goes through the fire, catches a light, and then hits the rectangle tent, and then poof.
We could all. I'm wondering if we could just build like a little blind to hide a torch behind. there are plenty of hills in the area here, and you're going to be firing over a wall as it is.
Yeah.
Just a small torch.
I mean, we could easily just dig like a hole in the ground and make a really small campfire.
Just using a torch will light it.
Already, huh? Yeah, yeah. But I'm saying like our first idea was to use spider climb, and it's going to be hard to hide a flame, like climbing up a fence, right? Unless someone has a hooded lantern.
Oh, you mean
So
for
wait.
him to light the arrows while he's on the wall? Is that what you're saying? He has like spider climb. He can literally just stand there, you know.
Spider climb doesn't last that long, though.
No.
Right, but also like the problem is like you still need to be able to like use a torch or something to light the arrows with. So
Yeah, he'd have to light something there. Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
He could try, like you said, firing through their large campfires in there. But he'd have to make a really good shot. That's all.
and so unless or if either anyone has a lantern and a sack, we could always make our own hooded lantern. Climb up to the top of one of those sheds, set the lantern down. Open the sack enough to be able to light up that arrow, and then get the hell out of there once you hit that tent.
Yeah, I have a sack, but I don't have any lanterns. I have like a tinder box and torches.
Do you have a sack? Like a small sack?
Yeah, I got a sack.
If you have a small sack, you could just make your own hooded lantern.
He's got a small sack. Andres, what's your intelligence, by the way?
1 second. Uh, 13.
Okay. It occurs to you that, hey, if there's like a dozen bandits here, they've been operating out of here for quite a while. They've got these big flying machines that they had going at one point. They had, that they should have a decent amount of wealth inside this camp, you would think. Treasure.
Yeah.
Get dollar signs in your brain. Not that the dollar exists at this time, but you know what I mean. You've got.
Oh yeah, I got that on my mind.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, so we might burn everything.
No, not that so much.
I have an idea. How far? Okay, how far logically is the tent with the flying machines from the wall?
I'll tell you from the about 30, 35 feet.
How far could someone throw a torch?
I'll tell you that too right now. Let me see here. Throwing weapons.
That's a pretty big target.
Mm-hmm. We're talking
It's not a bad
range.
idea. I
It'd be
mean,
similar to like throwing
climb
a
and throw a
dagger,
bunch
I
of
would reckon.
torches over the wall.
So you could throw it up to 30 feet at a -8. 20 feet at a -4, 10 feet with no negative.
So even just trying to throw it and hit that giant target, you're gonna have to make a roll.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. Sometimes we're out of character now. Okay, sometimes the rules of this game just really don't make sense. Like, you got that huge tarp thing, and you're throwing your torch at it. I guess you could miss, but it just doesn't. Yeah. The rules just doesn't make sense sometimes.
Miss, you could slip. It's a big, open, non-moving target. Don't get me wrong. It's not going to have a very high armor class.
We also don't know how thing is. There's still the option that we could just walk over to the camp, say, "Hey, we're here to join you guys."
I really hate that idea with a passion.
Yeah, I do too. But we're sitting here spending all this time on this. I mean, let's just, nut up or shut up already. I mean, Come on, let's just fire some fucking flaming arrows into the camp and kill the bandits that come out, or do something, because all this sitting around talking about it is it's getting rather annoying. You know, I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter.
Tell us how you really feel, Rachel.
Shit. Here's an idea. I know you're tired of ideas, but okay, I was looking at the map. Have somebody shoot fire arrows into the huts in the back of the compound. That will draw attention for people to run over there to try to put it out. Meanwhile, somebody else to have torches and torch the hangar that has supposedly, we don't even know they're in there for sure, but supposedly has the flying equipment in it, because there wouldn't be a lot of people around it, nor would it take them a while to see that that's having caught on fire, because they're too busy in the back trying to put out all these other fires.
Sure.
Or
So
we could
say
big
we.
tent in the middle and then start hitting the smaller tents in the back.
How about we? Yeah. How about okay? So let's just do this. I'll go and lock the gates. I'll come back, and then we start throwing fire down on top of them, and hopefully we don't burn up all the goods.
Or you lock the gates and as soon give us a signal, and then leave your flaming arrows and your bow here. Andreas, I'm sure.
I plan on being away from the gate before I give the signal.
Okay, as long as you have enough time for those locked gates, because that'll be one of the biggest factors here.
The gates will be locked forever until I say otherwise.
Oh, great. Okay, well then that works perfectly.
Until they're destroyed.
Antonio, are you good
Or
with a
until they're
gun?
destroyed. I'm sorry. What did you
Sorry.
say?
Are you good with a gun?
Me, no. No, I prefer my bow and arrow.
Okay. I was gonna say, since I was gonna borrow your bow and arrow to burn shit, maybe I can let you use my pistol.
No, I would rather not risk it blowing my hand off.
So,
All right.
are you waiting for dark? It's
Yes.
only at this point in time, like a couple hours away. So, you watching the camp to see what you see moving around,
Sounds good.
or not? I don't know.
Oh yeah, definitely keep an eye on the camp
Yeah.
to see what's going on. Because if they suddenly scramble out of there,
Yeah,
Yeah.
They-
So,
like unwrapping the flying machine.
as you're kind of watching for the couple hours, you see guys moving around occasionally. Mostly they're staying in those, you can tell they're mostly going into those big pavilion tents. Occasionally somebody will come out and they'll go to one of the smaller tents at the back, like the ones you're talking about using as a distraction, and then go back. Also, occasionally you'll see somebody go into one of the little shed cabin like things they have around the edges of the fort. You see a couple of guys go over and feed the animals and give them a brushing and a little tending to. And what's your intelligence, Antonio? You're doing the watching, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. You don't get an exact count. You don't know how many guys there are for sure. You never see more than maybe half a dozen at a time outside of the tents. But you're getting the feeling that there's probably more than a dozen guys.
I figured as much.
Mhm. But yeah, and you figure that they're probably staying in those larger pavilion tents for the warmth because they got fires going in there every time they open the flap. And sometimes they just open the flap to let out some of the smoke from inside.
Okay.
You
So most of them seem to be hanging out in those areas.
those pavilion tents, yeah.
Okay.
How often do they go in and out of the big middle tent?
The rectangular one,
Yes.
they never do.
Okay, definitely where they're keeping the flying machine has to be.
Nobody goes there.
Flying machine or loot or something else.
I hope it's not loot, because I really hope we can kill these guys and take their loot.
Okay. And yeah, as starting to get dark, let's see, yeah, man. They don't have nobody's on watch. Nobody seems to be. They don't seem to be worried about anything. They don't seem to care in the world. They're kind of loud, like singing and stuff occasionally. Yeah, you get the feeling that they're getting a little merry. You know, You think they've probably been passing around the ale or something?
So they haven't even set up like a watch.
No, they're not. They don't seem to be concerned at all
So I
about
could
the fact that there's 4 rogues hiding in the woods getting ready to fucking wreck their days.
So I could conceivably just, without even casting invisibility, just walk down there, lock the gate, and walk away.
With your spell?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think so?
If I have to,
Nobody
I
standing
can.
up top
You
of
know
the
what?
watch from the front.
Then I'm going to do that. And without you casting the spell. All right, I'm ready. I'm going to go down and lock the gate. Yeah, just in case. Just in case. Yeah. If someone shouts, then boom, I'm putting it on and running.
Before he does that, I would like to know real quick, do they ever go to any of the barrels in the middle or anything in the camp to gather more alcohol?
I'd say they probably do, actually. You see the ones in front. They're in front of the one pavilion there on the right side of the map.
Okay.
Sorry, I can't show the map for the stream, but it's
I understand.
for something else completely.
But we can.
Everybody watching.
But
But yeah, they seem to have drink in those barrels there.
The ones in the front round pavilion, in front of the round pavilion.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Awesome. Now we
kind of
know
hatch
where to. So now we know where to fire our second flaming arrow right into that that cluster of barrels.
What's your intelligence?
Pretty good, I think. 13.
You know, alcohol doesn't burn, right?
Mm,
Not unless it's like super, super strong, which they don't have much of in this time.
yeah.
Period.
Okay, well, never mind.
Yeah. Just saying. That's a nice movie trope, but yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Unless they've got like super high proof homemade liquor in there, it's possible. But if they're drinking beer or mead or something, it doesn't burn.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I don't know why I was.
Because you've watched too many movies.
Maybe trope. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. It's all good. I understand the thought. I just wanted to share it with you, give you the chance to. Okay, so Antonio is walking up towards the gate. You guys can actually.
Yep, I just put my hood up and just walk. Like I know where I'm going.
Yeah, it sounds like they're singing drinking songs inside there. Oh yeah, you speak Dutch. You probably recognize it. You've heard it before.
Excellent.
Okay.
Get there. Lay my hand on the gate. Say my spell. Feel the gate shudder a little bit.
Yep, you wizard lock it.
And I turn and I walk away.
Sealed.
Yep.
Okay.
I walk away. Let me mark that off so I know that I cast it.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to forget otherwise. I'm sure. Oh, wait. I know I locked the big gate, but I conveniently forgot, and now I locked the tent. Oh, and I locked this chest. All right. And then I will walk back, and I'll go give a little signal. We're good to go. Just walk back to them and say, okay, door's locked. They are very, very happy in there. I say we make them very unhappy in there.
Sounds good. Well, you have the flaming arrows unless you want someone else to shoot.
So you got your kind of hole dug in the ground with the torch sticking out of it that you're lighting now. You've got some of the cloth put up around it to kind of shade it, or what do you know? Like
who will be shooting?
Yep. I don't know.
Do you want me to shoot, or so you guys can go down there and do, or
whoever you want. I'm not. I used to be.
I got really high dexterity, so it would be a good idea.
Yeah,
true.
I wouldn't want to fire the arrow in my arthritis in this cold weather.
I think Andreas' best shot. I mean, I'm not terrible with it, but he's probably got the best shot. Well, actually, Cole or Rachel would have the best shot with it, but
I would think so. Yeah, being fighters.
Right.
Yeah, true.
Just so you have that bonus. With Andreas being soon after.
My ranged attack bonus is +6.
Oh.
No, 5.
Okay, well maybe you do it then, because mine is +3 range.
What's yours, Cole?
Yeah, I only have a +2.
Cole, what's your ranged attack bonus?
Are you there, Rob?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get my paper up so I can find it. Here it is. Let's see. Range attack.
Can't find it.
What's your
Which column is it in? I'm sorry, I don't.
I'm not sure off the top of my head. It depends on your character sheet. What's your dexterity?
what's your dexterity?
My dexterity is 9.
And what level are you?
I am level. I thought it was level 5.
Level 5. So you're at a +6.
Yeah, +6. So you'll be one better than I am. All right. So Rachel would say,
So if I have 17 dex, what is my thing to be?
What
It's
is your
because
what?
they're fighters. They get the massive
I
weapons
gotcha.
bonus.
Okay.
Yeah, you only have a base of
Okay.
+1. And as a 17, dexterity gives you +2. So you have a total of +3.
Well, I would definitely give the arthritis lady the bow and arrow.
Okay. The arthritis lady. Arthritis lady, do you want to take the shot?
Or Cole.
yeah, I mean, she says, Cole, you're a fine young man. If you think you could take this shot, be my guest. And, she doesn't actually want to talk about her arthritis and how bad her wrist hurt in her old age. Especially
All right, then it's on you, Cole. What are you shooting at?
Yeah, tell him. Point me. Where do you want me to shoot?
the big rectangle tent in the middle.
Okay. So are we up high somewhere and looking down? Or are we outside the gate? Because we wouldn't be able to.
Oh, we're outside the gate. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
you're,
on a
you're definitely
small rise.
outside. I see what you mean, like for visibility purposes. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd probably want to be up in a tree a little bit for.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because otherwise, it's going to be a hard
Yeah, the plan was to use the spider walking whoever was going to shoot the bow and arrow so they can get up there and get a
Yeah,
better
and then you
shot.
scrap the spider walk plan. So I guess probably best thing would have Cole up partway in a tree. Andres, you can hand him the flaming arrow. He takes a shot. That way you don't have to put the torch up in the tree and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can light up the arrow for him and everything.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so go ahead and give me an attack roll, Rob. Roll D20.
D20.
And you get a +6.
D20. Rolled a 13 plus 6 would be 19.
Bam. Okay, you nail that tent. And I'll just see. Yeah, you do hit it, and you can see it kind of. What's the word I'm looking for? You see a little bit of smoke kind of start to rise, but it also does have snow on it as well, and it
Keep shooting.
I'll
It-
save up for another arrow.
it sizzles out.
Give him another flaming arrow.
We'll definitely hand them another one and then get ready to light up as many as I need to.
And the weather's clearing up now. The sky is clearing. It's getting cold. There's no more snow falling. Take another shot. Roll it.
20 this time because I got a 14 plus 6.
Nice. Yep. You hit again. You see it kind of like start to spark, or not spark a little bit. You know what I mean? You start to see it smoke a little, and then more of the snow kind of caves in on it, and it starts to, the tent sinks part way.
I want to keep on just one right after the other, just boom, boom, boom. Because
Go again. Fire again.
well. Okay. Let's see here. At 16 this time, so I went over, so it's a 22 with a
Nice. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And this time it drops in. The middle part of the tent kind of collapses in. You see a bunch of snow kind of slide off of it, and then a few seconds pass, and you start to see smoke rising up out of it.
I shoot at least one more.
Go for it.
Oh, an 8 this time, so it's only a 14.
That's still enough. Still hits again. Yeah, there's definitely something underneath that tent that is now on fire, smoking.
One more, just for good luck.
Go for it. Arrow number
11.
6.
11 and 6, so 17.
Yep, definitely another hit. You see quite a bit of smoke rising up out of there. It's not like burst into massive flames or anything, because the actual tarp, if you want to call it that, whatever it is, the tent's made out of, is very wet. It's had snow on it all day, but whatever's inside seems to be burning.
Okay.
All right. So we wait and see what happens with that fire, or do we want to commence with more shenanigans?
No, let's start hitting those circle pavilions as well. They're all inside that. Let's not give them time to see the big tent burning.
Yeah, there's some
Spreading
chaos
out.
in there.
Right.
Yeah, let's start
Yeah, so-
hitting those big tents.
How many arrows you got?
There are 16 of them, so 6 are
Okay.
done.
You've got 10 left.
So you want me to hit the 2 round tents on each side of the main tent that I was hitting, correct?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
And actually,
I
whichever
think
one
they're close.
Andres told us was the one that had the leader in it, Rachel would suggest hitting that one first. Let's try and kill that guy. You know, those bandits
That's
without
the one that's the one that's closest to your side. Yeah,
That's
the
good.
west side.
I'm going to put 5 of them in real quick, so that's what you'll know. Is that cool?
Gonna roll five attacks.
Yeah, 5 attacks on that tent. I'll
Okay,
leave 5 more arrows for the other one if we need.
roll those 5.
There we go. We got another 11 plus 6 would be 17.
Mm-hmm.
7 plus 6 would be 13. 18 plus 6 would be 24.
Whew.
And one more. Oh, a 6.
2 more.
Oh, a 6 plus 6 would be 12 on that one.
Okay, still hits.
14, so that's a 20.
Yep, all 5 of them hit.
Okay.
Snow starts sliding down off of the tent itself. It doesn't burst into flames or anything because it is quite soaking wet. However, the singing inside that tent stops after like maybe the 3rd hit. After the final hit, the guys come pouring out of the tent to see what the hell's going on because they heard it obviously from the inside.
I would like to take regular arrows and start shooting at those guys as they're coming out.
Okay, you have 5 arrows left.
Okay. So
now
I had 2 quivers. I had a quiver of flame arrows and a quiver of regular arrows. There's
I
16
apologize.
in each.
So you have 16 regular arrows plus another 5 flame arrows. So let's see, that's 5. Where's the fucking 5? 5 flame arrows left, and 16 regular arrows left. Where's the 16 on this die? There we go, 16. Okay.
How far?
What?
I'm sorry. How far away is that tent again? How far away are those guys from us?
Well, you're using a short bow, right?
I have pistols and I have an aqua buck.
Eric,
Okay.
it's a short bow, right? That he's
Yep.
using. Okay.
Yes.
So you probably only want to be like about 50 feet away.
Yeah, medium range is 300. 50 feet is short
range.
range.
I mean, that's only 30 feet from the actual wall itself. Yeah, I guess that's probably about right. You're pretty close. So unless you're up in a tree, you ain't seeing what's going on inside there. You might hear it, but
All right. I'm sorry.
okay. Okay. So Rob, you see about 10 guys come rushing out. They are wearing like leather armor, and they have actually they probably don't have their cloaks on them right now because they were inside the tent. So they come out and they have swords, and a couple of them have did they have them there? Yeah, at the moment I'll just say you'll see 7 guys come rushing out with swords.
Okay. I'm gonna have to start shooting the arrows at them. So here we go.
Okay, roll your first attack.
Okay.
First guy.
18.
How is the fire in the middle doing?
It's still smoking quite a bit. Yeah, you can see a bit of light
Okay.
coming out from there. Like the tarp itself hasn't caught fire still. It's a wet ass tarp, but yeah, definitely something inside is burning pretty good. What'd you get, Rob?
18.
18.
Yep.
Okay, you'll hit the first guy. Give me damage.
Would I roll the D8 on that?
I think it is a D6 for short bow.
Okay.
Really sure it's a D6.
Let me double check that to be sure. I'm on
D6.
the wrong page. That's prices. Attacks are over
It's
here.
a D6. I have it
Yeah.
on my card sheet.
Cool.
I just rolled a
D6.
2. A 2.
Sorry, I told you. Did I read that wrong? D6 short bow. Short bow range. Yeah, 50 feet. Okay, that's right for short range. How much?
Just a 2.
2. All right. Now I've got what? How many of these guys I have? I need a piece of scrap paper. Yeah, this one will do good. Perfect. I have this many of these guys. 5, 6, 7, 9. Okay. Now, also, Rob, tell me, what is your lowest statistic on your character?
Okay, let me get back to my character sheet here. And his lowest is, looks like it's his constitution, which is a 6. Yes, it is.
Okay, cool.
Constitution is a 6.
No problem. So you hit this guy for 2 damage.
Okay.
Got it. So you hit the guy. Oh, we're under attack, and they start shouting. At which point in time, you can take another shot if you like.
Yes, I will.
Same guy or a different guy or just
Let's try a different guy.
okay.
I only rolled a 4, so that's a 10.
That's gonna miss.
Okay.
It like hits off the top of the wall and skitters off to the side over by the animal pen.
Now,
Okay.
I
And
can,
about this time, 3 more guys come out of that first tent with bows in hand and arrows drawn. At about the same time, another 10 guys come rushing out of the other tent, similarly armed. About 7 guys, maybe with swords, and 3 with bows.
I'm dropping out. I'm dropping out of the tree because I'm not going to be a target up there.
Okay. Well, they probably can't see you, but yeah, I get you. I understand.
Well, if
Maybe.
that's the case, I would stay up there if I know that I'm camouflaged enough that they couldn't see me. I would take a
You
chance.
figure it's dark where you are, and
Right.
they are in a kind of semi-lit area.
True. Okay. I'll stay up there then. That's fine. Yeah.
And now they notice. Several of them will notice that there's a fire going on in tent number 6, and run over with the larger of the 3 barrels there in front of the one pavilion tent, and start scooping out water and rushing over and throwing it on there, trying to put out the fire. What do you want to do? You want to take another shot?
Yeah, sure.
Shoot at the rescuers.
Yeah, definitely.
Go for it. Roll.
17 this time, so 23.
Damage.
Damage is a 6 this time.
Ah! Another guy takes a wound. He's still up.
Okay, go for another guy that's trying to.
Hold on. I'll just roll for chance. So the 6 guys with bows now. The one guy is shouting. He's pointing a sword in your direction. They're firing from the trees over that way. So they're going to fire bows in your direction. Not very likely they'll hit you, but
Yeah.
6 of them fire bows in your direction. None of them hit you. But arrows are just coming flying over the wall into the trees around where Cole is. Or not into the tree itself, but the trees in that area.
Once Rachel sees these arrows hit, she's going to turn to Antonio and she's going to say, "Give me that spider climb ability." And she's not going to explain further. She just needs the spider climb ability.
Sure.
And when she gets that spider climb ability, she's going to start running towards the wall.
Okay, well, it's only 30 feet away. You can get to it in one round. No problem.
Great.
Even, well, maybe,
It lasts.
yeah, I think you can get there in
It lasts
exactly
5
one round at
rounds.
your encumbrance.
Quick question: could I like get behind that tree, stealth, and try to get closer, but like go from tree to tree, closer to the fortress?
Yeah, I mean, unless they climb up on the wall or on one of the buildings inside, they're not gonna be able to see you anyway. It's a 10-foot high wall.
Good. I just want to get ready so that way when they come out, maybe we can like
Sure.
ambush them or get them to go through like a narrow area or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Antonio, you cast the spider climb on her. Merrick?
It lasts 5 rounds.
Okay, you did cast it. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't hear a confirmation.
Can you hear me?
I do, yeah, I do now.
Oh.
Yep, I just didn't hear if you said yeah or not.
Gotcha.
Cool. Okay, so you cast the spider climb on her. You feel all weird inside when he does that, Rachel, and you run to the wall. You can take another shot, Cole. You get another 13 arrows left here in this quiver.
Okay. I do, and I am going for the people that's trying to put out the fire.
Yeah, try to hit the same guy again.
Um,
The one you wounded.
Sure. I rolled an 11.
An 11 on the die plus 6.
And then a 1.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, but he is, sorry, that range is going to be medium range. That's a negative. Let me double check. Is that -2 or -4 for range? I just want to be sure I do this right. Encounter distance. No, not encounter distance. I'm looking for range, weapon range. That's movement. So it's here. Experience. God damn it. Skip the very pages I need. Okay. So range. Medium range. Sorry, or -2 to hit, -4 at long range. Yeah. So -2 to that. So you had a 11 plus 6 minus 2, right? So 15. That will still hit him. Give me the damage.
Just a 1.
1. Damn, he's still up. He's hit twice, but he's trying to put out the fire. He's like, we gotta get the fire out. We don't have another one of these things. Rachel, you get to the wall. You're gonna go over.
Rachel's going to climb up the wall, and when she gets to the top, she's simply standing there. The lights of the fire of hitting off of her, and she's going to shout down below, "You pesky mortals thought you could camp in my woods!" And then she's going to pull out one of her flintlock pistols and shoot at one of them.
Okay. And as 6 arrows go flying past you in the direction that Rob was shooting from, Rob, one actually hit you. I actually rolled a 20, a natural 20.
Okay.
You do get hit by an incoming arrow for 3 points of damage.
Oh, shoot.
Not you, Rachel. That was for Cole.
No. I rolled my attack.
Oh, did you roll your misfire?
Yes, I did. I got a 5 for my misfire, so that was
Okay,
fine.
that doesn't misfire. Yep.
They're only like 30 feet away now, right? Because I'm on top of the wall.
Less than.
Okay, so they're in short range. So I got a 15 to hit.
Okay.
And I hit for max damage of 8.
And also, bullets ignore the first 5 points of armor class of natural armor.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You did 8 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay, let's see if you shot the leader. Nope, you did not. You shot this guy. He dies.
And I would just like to say, basically, I'm like Rachel is standing on a wall, so I don't know if maybe that could cause some kind of intimidation factor, but she's trying to act like a crazy witch.
Right. Well, I got to make morale rolls for these guys. I'll roll it for this group. The other group is a little bit further away and they're dealing with the fire. So let's see here. Nope. It's fine. No. It's fine. He's fine. He's no. He's fine. Okay. So 4 of them panic after you blast this gun down, and they run for the gate. They panic and try to flee. One of the guys scream, "Where are you going? Get back here!" Cole, do you want to take another shot, or change the tactics?
Yeah.
Your choice.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
go for it. There's 12 arrows left. So
12 plus 6, 18. And damage of 6.
6 on one of the guys trying to put out the fire, I presume.
Yes.
Okay, he's still up. Let's see, panicked. So I'm just going to put that here. Panic, 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 panic. They're trying to flee.
I was wondering actually if I can do something real quick.
Yeah, what do you want to try to do?
Can I take some of my rope and try to tie it up in front of the gate so that way when they finally get it open and they try to run out, they trip over it?
They can't get it open.
No, I mean after they get it open.
They can't get
It's
it
locked.
open.
Oh,
Wizard
just-
locked.
oh,
They'd have to destroy it.
okay, I didn't know that. I thought it was like a time thing.
Oh no, it's permanent.
It's permanent.
I would explain that. It's permanent.
Oh, that's
You have
awesome.
explained it
can
twice.
it can be dispelled. You can use
Mhm.
knock to open it, but if you use the knock spell to open it, it'll just lock again once it closes.
Yeah.
But dispel will destroy it. That only way to remove it is dispel it or destroy the.
Chances are they don't have their own witch here.
Probably not. And
So-
whether she knows knock and thought to memorize because it's so damn useful.
Right. Now, what about yourself, Antonio? Anything you want to do this round?
Not at the moment. I'm just gonna kind of watch, see what's going on, and prepare in case I need to do something.
Okay, no problem. So we'll go to. Okay, now Rachel's up on the wall. They still have their 6 archers. Yeah, I guess we better go with initiative now. Anybody firing a missile weapon, you get a +4. Just to keep in mind. So for like you, for example, Cole, you're firing into the thing, you get +4, and of course it's also modified by dexterity. So D6 roll. Bad guy's on 5.
Actually, I have a question. I do have a question.
Sorry, the bad guy archers are on 6. Go ahead. What's your question?
We made those grapple hooks, right?
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to grab one of those and a length and start walking around the outside of the camp to the far wall and
to the east
prepare
wall,
to climb in.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yep.
No problem. Yeah, if I recall correctly, you had 100-foot ropes attached to each of those 3 grappling hooks you had. So
excellent.
More than enough to get over a 10-foot wall. But yeah. Okay, so you want to walk around to the far side,
right?
You're talking about
someplace
3
where
rounds,
it's
probably
not
at least
going on. Yeah,
3 rounds of movement. Yep. Okay, keep that in mind. First round. So each time I say it's another round, on the 3rd round you'll be there. So this being round 1 of that course of action. How did everybody else do on initiative? Anybody get 6 or better?
I got it too.
Anybody get 6 or better? Rob?
No, I got a 2 also.
You rolled a 2?
Yep.
You're using the bow though, right?
No, you're talking about for initiative, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
And you're using a bow?
Yeah, I'm using a bow.
So that gives you +4.
Oh, okay.
So that makes it 6.
Okay.
And you have no dexterity modifier, so you're on 6.
Okay.
So you go the same time as the enemy archers.
Okay.
The 6 of them, now seeing a target on the wall in front of them, are all going to fire at Rachel. In panic, because like, oh, holy shit, where did she come from? Let's see if anyone can hit you. Rachel, what's your armor class?
My armor class, I just had had it here. It's a 15.
Okay.
Is this the second round after I cast a spell?
First round she ran over there. Second round she ran up and shot. This is the third round.
Third round. Okay, I'm keeping track. You got 3 more rounds to have spider climb.
I'm keeping up with it in my head.
Okay. I got 2 hits, Rachel.
Okay.
One for 6 points of damage,
Ow.
and another one for 6 points of damage.
Ow.
I rolled max damage on both.
Ow.
The other 4 missed.
Nice.
Cole, how did you do on your shot? Did you go simultaneously as them?
An initiative of 10. Did I not get to go first?
Oh, you had an initiative of 10?
Yeah.
You'd go simultaneously, not first, because technically it's all 6. 6 and above is all the same. There's 6 segments in a round, so
Oh.
you'd go simultaneously. So you can also take your attack. What are you firing? You got another pistol, right?
Right.
Cool.
And also, she's going to cackle at the ones that are at the gate and say, "It's too late for you to leave now." And she's going to fire at the one earlier who shouted at the men, "Hey, where are you going? Get back here."
Okay.
Oh,
What'd you get on your misfire?
misfire.
Oh. Okay. So click. The powder must have been wet or something. Doesn't go off.
Okay.
Cole, how did you do on your shot?
12 plus 6.
Okay, that's going to hit the guy. Presume you're going for the other guy with the bucket.
Just 2 damage.
That's enough, though. He had taken 6 before. He goes down.
Cool.
So 2 down, 4 freaking out, trying to get out through the door. 2 more that are wounded here. Oh, wait a minute. Who's this guy? Sorry. 3 down, 4 trying to get out. Another one that's wounded. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 others that are still okay and in rare fighting form. Now, everybody else in initiative who's not on 6. Anybody on 5? Merrick, I guess doesn't matter. You just move around for the next 3 rounds anyway. 4,
Yep.
3, 2, 1. I think you were on 2, Andres, right?
Yep.
Actually, you're the only one who's left to go. So yeah, go for it. What are you gonna do?
I mean, is there any way that I could get somewhere where I can actually see somebody and shoot them?
Do you want to climb up on the wall?
I might as well.
What's your climb skill at?
1.
Oh, roll a d6 for me.
Got a 2.
You slip in the snow and slide back down. You can try again next round.
Yeah.
You don't have anything to aid your climb, I take it? No?
I mean, I'll once I fall on my ass, I'll probably hide somewhere real quick.
You can't hide your shame. We go to the next round then for initiative again. So bad guys are on 4, but their bow guys are on 6, of course. Oh, sorry, I had more bad guys inside. Sorry, that hadn't gone. So the other 4 guys, they're at the gate trying to, they lift the bar, no problem, and toss aside, but the gate won't open. They're like, it won't open. Something's blocking it from the other side. She's a witch. She's a witch. And they're panicking. The other guys, let's see, the arrow guys fired. So the melee guys, I mean, they're not going to jump up that 10-foot wall to try to attack her. What would they do? Some of them are still running over with buckets. They seem to, for the most part, put out the fire that was going on in tent number 6. The smoke is now more like, well, it's quite a bit of smoke, but there's no more light coming from that spot for anyone who can see it. Rachel can see it from her vantage point. Cole can see it from his vantage point. Yeah, I guess. So these, 1, 2, 3 there. Let me just mark down who has bows and who doesn't. This guy, and this guy. Okay. 2 of the guys move over along the wall over to where you are, Rachel, expecting you to come down. and they're shouting at you, "Come on down here, bitch!" Trying to get you to come down to fight them. Those two. The other guy is still standing back, barking orders. He kind of moves back a little bit to check out the tent that had been partially burned. Looks inside, and now he's saying, "Everybody, take cover! Take cover!" And he's trying to get everybody down to try and move about to get behind something so they're not easy picking for the archer who's still firing into the place. So yeah, now initiative. Like I said, apologies. I would assume, unless you rolled a 1, that anybody using a missile weapon is on 6 as well.
Yeah, I was.
Yep.
You got another gun, Rachel?
Yep, I did.
Okay. You're still. This is round 4, by the way. So your
Mhm.
spider climb only lasts one more round.
Yep.
Okay. 6 archers. I guess will shoot at you again. Armor class 15. So hit on a 13 or better. 1 hit for 4.
Okay.
And that's it. The others missed.
Okay.
But you and Cole can go simultaneously. Cole, you have 10 or 11 arrows left. 10 after this shot.
Yeah, I just rolled a 14, so that would be 20. And
Okay, going for still going for the guys with the buckets. I mean, they're kind of like breaking off now and moving away. Or are you going for a different target?
Can I see the people that are shooting at Rachel?
Definitely. Yep.
Okay, let's go for them then.
Go for one of them. One of them is actually wounded. You shot him earlier.
Okay, I'll have to try for him again.
Go for it.
Got a 3 damage.
Okay. You hit, I presume. What did you say you rolled?
I did
Okay.
a 14 plus 6. So.
Nice. Yeah. 3 more damage. Okay, he's wounded. Still fighting. And Rachel?
How far away is the guy who was barking orders earlier?
At this point, okay, so he's moved back a little bit over by that tent. So if you're on the wall here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, about 40 feet away from you.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Okay, the guys that are right below me then,
Yeah.
Rachel laughs and says, "Oh, such foul language in my woods." And she pulls from her back her arquebus, which is loaded with scatter shot.
Mhm.
It hits anything in a 45-foot area.
45-degree angle,
Yeah,
isn't it?
45-degree area.
Yeah.
And 1d6 damage to them.
Right. The
Dealing 1d6 damage. Save versus breath weapon for half damage.
Okay. I'll roll their saves, and you can roll the damage. 4 damage.
Mhm.
Let me see their saves. Fighters. Boom. Okay. No and no. They both take max. They both take the full damage, 4 points each. It's gonna be these two. Yeah, this guy. Oh, actually, yeah, the one guy is actually one of the guys that's been shot. So he's been hit by arrows. So he goes down, kills one guy, and the other guy's wounded.
And with that, can I move after I do that?
Sure, you can.
So with that, Rachel will just calmly walk
You
down
can
the.
move up to 30 feet.
She's just gonna she's like walking slowly down the wall towards the guy, just to give the creep factor that much.
Sure, I would give him another morale check on that. And he turns and runs.
More.
He gets the fuck out.
Not to mention,
Okay.
she has 3 arrows in her that she's just tanking, like blood's pouring out of the wounds.
Yep. He is panicked, runs over, joins the other ones, trying to smash the gate down, but it's kind of sturdy, and they're having a hard time with it. Next round. Oh, Antonio, what are you doing this round?
Okay, so
Oh, no, sorry.
I'm still walking.
You're still walking. What about Andres? See, now I'm getting the names mixed up. Andres, what are you doing this round? Sorry, Antonio. Sorry, Andres.
Let me see if I can get my ass back up that wall.
Try again. Roll.
Oh god, I rolled a 5.
Nope. You're having trouble getting up it. You're like, man, if only I had a rope or something. It's only a 10-foot high wooden palisade, but it is slick with wet snow.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we go to the next initiative. Next round, I think this is the round you arrive at the wall. Is that right, Merrick?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so you'll be getting to the wall. So
And
everybody
this
can
is the
roll
last round of
initiative.
spider walk.
Bad guys are on 6, all of them this time. Okay, the arrow guys now seeing Rachel is now engaged kind of in melee pretty much with one of their guys. They're going to fire back into the woods in the direction that Cole is raining arrows in from. So they just need a 20 to hit basically because they're firing blind. The 6 of them fire. And I got no natural 20s, so no hits. Arrows still pouring out into the woods around you, Cole, but they can't see exactly where you are. I'm going to guess that Cole's probably next since he's still with a missile weapon.
Yeah. So he just rolled an 18 plus 6 is a 24. And damage is a 5.
Okay, that takes out that archer.
Okay, cool.
Because he was wounded. Oh, where's the guy with the 4? Sorry. There we go. I marked the wrong guy. Keep track. Now only 5 of the archers remain. The others have all taken partial cover to try to avoid the arrows. The other guy, he kind of takes cover too behind the big square tent on the kind of east side of that tent. They're only firing 1 arrow at a time. It can't be that many of them. Keep firing. And one guy here is in melee with Rachel. So he will engage you. He's on 6. What did you roll for initiative, Rach?
Okay. I thought one guy ran away. Was there another guy that engaged me as well?
Oh, wait. Yeah, that guy panicked, didn't he? You're right. I'm just counting incorrectly here. The one guy died. The other guy ran away, didn't he? In that case... so yeah, nobody is engaged with you. The archers probably should have shot at you this round, but oh well. There are another 4 guys here. Yeah, the 4 guys are going to come charging out and moving in a direction. But since they were further back, they will only get like part way. Oh, wait. How many feet is that?
I rolled a
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. Yeah, they're not encumbered. They can charge you. I'll have 2 of them charge attack you. The other ones will just move up behind to back them up. What did you roll for initiative? 6?
Yep, 6.
And you go simultaneously as them because they're also on 6. So 2 of them charge attack you. Now for a charge attack, if I recall, let's see here. That is, it's in a funky place, isn't it, in here, if I recall correctly. For some reason, I feel like it's not under combat, it's under movement, but maybe I'm mistaken. Combat, move, parry, cover, fire into melee, use an item.
Oh, and since like when I fire a weapon, I assume I just drop it because like that's what you do, right?
Yeah, with the pistols.
Only 1 encumber now, 1 point of encumber. So I should be on full speed.
You can move up to 40 feet again. Yeah, it's not in the combat section. I think it's under movement or something. You know, it's easier for me to find this in the PDF than it is in the physical book because it's got a handy little thing here. Rules. Experience, hazards, climbing, healing, movement, and encumbrance. Okay, maybe it is under encounters. Surprise, combat, initiative. Things to do in 1 round. I'm not seeing it. I thought for sure there's a charge thing. I think they get +2 to attack and a -4 to dexterity or to armor class. No, that's for press and all that stuff, right? Where the fuck is charge? You know what? I have a number in my head. Page 62. Move. Yeah, it's under move. Full rate, double damage, but -2 penalty. Armor class. Okay, cool. So they do double damage if they hit. Armor class 15, you said, right?
Yep.
Standard swords. Here they go. Wow, that guy got a 14. That would have been 14 points of damage too. That guy hit. That is going to be 6 points of damage. He rolled a 3, but he hit with a 15 plus 2, 17. Yeah. Okay. The other guy missed. First guy missed. Second guy hits. The other guys kind of just come up behind them, and you go simultaneously. So
Okay. 6 more points of damage. 6 more points of damage. Okay.
Yeah, 6 total is what the guy did with his charge.
Okay. Cool.
So all 4 of these guys are engaged with Rachel, basically. Okay. What are you doing?
Rachel says. "Are there few archers, or do I just want to kill you all more slowly?" And she's gonna use parry.
Okay. Cool. So Perry would give you a +4 to armor class, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. You just hold them off. Who's next in initiative? Anybody else on 6? Cole? Yeah, I'm sure you're on 6. Did you fire this round? I don't think you did, no. Rob? Oh, did we lose Rob?
Oh, not.
I'm back.
Okay, it's your turn.
Okay. Okay. Roll again. Shoot. Oh, yeah. I rolled a 2. The bow.
You rolled a 2?
Yep.
Yeah, even with your +6, that's not going to hit. So that's a miss. Just a miss.
Okay.
Okay. So what about Antonio and Andres? What initiative are they on?
I'm on a 3.
So yeah.
Okay. What are you gonna do? We'll go with you first, Antonio.
So I get to the point at the wall. Like, listen. Does it sound like there's people like nearby, or is it all the action happening on the other side of the camp, like I wanted it to be?
Grab a map again. So let's see. The melee fight is going on over here at the opposite wall, away from you. There's a guy hiding behind that tent there. The archers are all kind of standing. Yeah, nope. It's pretty much all going on the other half of the camp.
Excellent. Okay, so I
Right on your
will
side.
take the grapple hook and toss it up, to wedge between a couple of the logs at the top there,
Mm-hmm.
and then haul myself up the wall.
Oh, you're breaking up.
How does that sound?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay, so I put the grapple up there,
Mm-hmm.
and haul myself up the wall. And then when I get up there, I just want to straddle over the wall and like unhook the grapple,
Yeah.
and tie a length of rope around one of the spikes up there.
Palisade. Yep.
Lower it down till it's like, climb down inside, measure off how far it is to the ground, and then cut off the rope at that point, and take the rest with me, and then kind of like stuff it into the crack in the wall so it's not immediately obvious to someone walking by that there's rope there that they can use to climb out of the damn camp.
Right. That sounds like about 2 rounds
Right.
of action.
That's what I want to do.
Climbing up there, tying it up, cutting the other side, cutting the rope and top, and kind of hiding it there. So I mean, you only need.
I don't want to leave the grapple behind either, right?
Yeah, you'll still have a good. What was it? Yeah, you'll still have a good 85 foot of rope left anyway.
Excellent.
No problem. Once you're over the other side, and looking in as you straddle up, tying off the rope, you can see basically. You can see the one guy who's kind of been barking orders. He's hidden right around the corner of number 6, that big rectangular tent, kind of between that and the back pavilion tent, right?
Okay.
And at the corner on the kind of right side. Okay.
Excellent.
So he's there, standing up, kind of pretty much at the other side of that tent and on to the right side a little bit, so they're clear of the pavilion, firing essentially over the animal pens, are the other remaining 5 archers. And beyond the farthest pavilion tent, right between that and the far wall from your current location, is where you'll see the 4 guys engaged in melee with Rachel, who right now is doing cool shit, just like parrying all of their attacks. And talking shit to them. She
Where'd it go?
has a couple of arrows sticking out of her, like 3 arrows, I think, sticking out of her.
Crazy.
She definitely looks like she's wounded, but she seems to be holding her own at the moment. Okay. Andres, what are you doing this round?
Trying to get my dumbass over this goddamn wall.
I don't know. Your dumbass didn't bring a rope. Try it. Roll.
I finally got the one.
Yeah, you make it. You can get up to the top of the wall, and you'll see the same scene. However, you're at a different vantage point. So, where I have seen, imagine you kind of go, you're pretty much right up over the animal pen, which is number 4 there, right on the map, because you moved around kind of closer towards the gate, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So you're kind of there on the corner there. That it's technically the southwest corner, but.
And I can't do anything else, right?
You can climb up to the top. I mean, yeah, you can. You'll see. Oh no, climbing is an action, right? You can move a little bit more if you want. You could probably move another. You climb at half your rate, so you could probably move another 20 feet. You can
Okay.
see
I want to get
Rachel is engaged with those other guys about 20 feet to your left. She's engaged with 4 guys in melee. You might see the guy kind of peeking around the number 6 tent there, looking over in your direction. He's a good, though, what, 20, 30, 40, 50 feet from your current location. You even probably notice Antonio up on the wall back there opposite your end, kind of over by the number 3 building there, kind of in the middle.
Okay.
He's up there tying, you'd probably notice Antonio up there tying off his rope from your position. You'd see him. And you see the 5 archers who are lined up there, kind of right between you and the guy, the leader who's been barking orders. Oh, and of course, there's also 5 guys currently over to the right who are banging on, trying to knock down, slamming up against this this wall, panicking, trying to get out, or not the wall, the gate, but it's not budging. So what do you want to do? You got about another 20 foot of movement after you scale the wall. Scale the wall. After you scale the wall. Sorry, I'm salivating here at the thought, I guess. So much slaughter.
Well, me, you said there was a guy that was by himself, or
Yeah,
was
but
it
you've
just-
got the archers between him and you. But yes, there is one guy by himself behind the tent number 6.
I want to try to get like behind him, but not too close. Just so that way next turn I can shoot him in the back.
Okay, well, everybody can see you.
Oh, they can all see me?
Presumably, yeah.
Okay, well, if I'm up there, I'll get down and I'll hide behind like the animal pen back there.
Okay, roll stealth. You can duck and try to get out of sight there amongst the animals. That's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty well lit right now, and if you're up here on the wall, very close to where all the action is. Yeah.
I got 2 and my stealth is 3.
Cool. Yep, you're able to duck down amongst the animals and kind of duck out of sight to where everybody loses visual sight of you. The guy behind the tent will say, "There's another one in the animal pen somewhere." Yeah, that's it. Okay. Cole fired another arrow and missed this round, right? If I recall correctly, yeah. So he says, "There's at least 3." Okay, next round initiative. Bad guys are on 4, so their archers are on 6.
Oof, I'm in 1.
Yeah, I'm on a 1 as well.
Roll the 2.
Okay, but you got a +4 if you're still using the bow, so you're still on 6. How many arrows you got left? I fucking moved the thing. I think 9, right?
I
Actually,
would think it would be a little bit less, but I'm not sure.
I think you have 9.
Okay.
It means you fired 7. Seems about right. You're only firing 1 per round. Excuse me. Sorry, had to cough. Okay. So 6s, archers. Cole, you can fire. The 5 archers, they're not going to fire into the animal pen. They don't see that guy anyway. They're not going to fire at Rachel because she's engaged with 4 of their allies. So yeah, they're all going to just fire blindly into the woods trying to take out whatever archer keeps shooting. First one hits you for 1 damage.
4.
Other 5 all miss, or other 4 all miss.
I rolled a natural 20 on the D20.
Nice, that's a hit. Who you shooting at? One of the archers, right?
Yep.
Damage.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay.
That's okay. Natural 20 is just an automatic hit in Lamentations. There's no critical damage per se.
Got a 3 on the damage.
Okay. Wounded, but not down. Okay. Cool. All their archers have fired. Anybody else on 6? No? Okay. Anybody on 5?
I rolled a 5.
Okay. You're next. What do you want to do?
How far am I from that guy?
Like if you move up to the edge of the animal pen, you're still 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, still 30 feet, 35 feet away from him.
Okay. Well, can I take a torch and start torching the animal pen?
Do you have a torch?
Yeah, I got 3 of them.
Yeah. You want to light one?
Yeah.
They're in your pack, right?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Roll a d6. I think. Is it 1d6? I think it's a d6.
I got it too.
It'll take you 2 rounds to find and remove the torch from your pack.
Okay.
Okay. So this round is round 1. Next round, you'll find it. Sorry, it's a d3 plus 1, but that's fine. d6, 2 is fine. Yep, take you 2 rounds. Okay. Now, Antonio, you can climb down now and do like cut off the rope, like you said, and
Okay.
have your 85-foot section plus the grappling hook and all that stuff. So that's your
Excellent.
second round of that action. The only one left to go is Rachel. Rachel, what initiative are you on? I think. I mean, maybe you're not doing.
I'm on a 1.
You're on a 1. Okay, so these 4 guys will attack you first. You're parrying, so you have a +4 to armor class. Brings you to 19, right?
That's correct.
Okay, they need a 17 or better to hit then. Miss. Wow, I rolled 2 1s. Miss. They all miss. So you're doing your cool shit now. You parry all 4 attacks, no problem. Fucking arrows sticking out of you, bleeding like crazy, looking like a crazy fucking white-haired witch. They probably think you are the witch, considering you just like walked over the wall and walked down the wall, and yeah. But these 4 guys have not panicked yet. They have resolved. They're unlike the other 5 cowards who are just like panicking over by the gate, hoping like that they can either get out or you won't come over and kill them. So it's your action. You're next.
Do any of these guys have shields?
No. Nope.
Okay.
Just normal swords, leather armor.
And I can't like attack and then go back into a parry, right?
No.
Um.
You continue to parry if you wish. You
Okay.
are a fighter, though, remember? So you can fight defensively,
Oh, I
which
forgot about
gives
fighting.
you a +2 to defense, to
Yeah, I
plus
was
2 armor class, and a
that's right.
-4 to attack. Or you can fight aggressively, in which case you get a +2 to attack and a -4 to armor class.
Ooh,
Fighters have those maneuvers. So do
yeah,
dwarves and elves, but there
I
are no
forgot about
dwarves and
that.
elves in
Yeah, I
this
forgot about the
campaign.
press and defense.
There are no dwarves and elves in my world at the moment. So
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I mean, I still got a really good to hit. Oh, my melee bonus attack is a +8. Fuck. Yeah. I'll do that. Okay, Rachel will do a defensive fighting.
okay, so that
She
gives you +2 to armor class, -4 to hit.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I hit and or kill anyone first before I talk some more mad shit. And that's a nat 20
Okay, that's a hit.
for 6 damage. Oh, wait.
6
Oh, wait. Hold on.
damage.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there is no bonus damage in Lamentations, right?
Yeah, there's no critical damage. No strength
But I mean,
bonuses.
there's also no, like, you add your strength to damage and
Nope.
stuff like that, right?
Correct. There is not.
Okay, so just
6
6
damage.
with the sword.
Nice. Yeah, hurts him bad, grievous wound, but he's still fighting, but he's not in a good way.
Okay, so the guy that she cuts, she just looks him in the eyes and says, "My agents of death are coming for you, boy."
Yeah, and he like kind of blanches a bit, like, and swings more frantically. He's now sweating despite how cold it is out here. Okay, I think that's everybody. So it's the next round initiative. Bad guys are on 4. Archers then are on 6 again, and you have 8 arrows left in that quiver, Rob. This hiding up in the tree and just launching arrows into the camp things worked out pretty well for you.
Oh yeah.
Even if Rachel gets butchered, you might still be able to finish these guys off.
But I'm up to 6 myself because I rolled enough to count for my initiative.
Sorry, did you get away from your mic or something? You're a little quieter now.
Yeah, I was leaning back because I was chewing something.
Okay, sorry.
No, I'm up to a 6 in initiative.
Cool. Yep. Go ahead and make your attack.
Okay. All right.
I'll roll for the archers who are firing in your direction.
15 plus the bonus.
They all missed. Yep, you're gonna hit. What's your damage?
Ah, shoot, a 1.
Oh, still going.
Yeah.
They fire 5 shots and miss completely. They seem to get a little bit more of an idea as to the general direction, but yeah, they're still not. They can't see you per se in the trees so well. So they're just, and plus you have partial cover from the trees, so they're only hitting you on a natural 20. Okay, and that's all the missile attacks. Anybody else on 6? 5.
I'm on a 5.
I'm also on 6.
Oh, you're also on 6. Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead, Rachel.
I was trying to get to
Fight defensively, or
yeah, I'm still doing my defensive fighting. Let's see. No, I don't hit anyone on that with that.
okay.
4.
All right. Yep. So then it's the 5. Antonio, you said you're on 5.
Yes, I am. Okay, so how many guys are at the gate now trying to bust it open?
5.
There's 5 of them there.
Mm-hmm.
And how far are the archers from them?
Okay, so where the gate is now, granted, okay, you can fit under there, but yeah, they're over here by the gate. So to where the archers are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. About 40 feet.
About 40 feet. Okay, so this is interesting. So sleep has a range for me of 70 feet. And it says I can affect up to 2d8 hit dice of creatures.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say that it all has to be within a narrow area of effect. It's just I cast a spell and I can just put that many number of creature hit dice to sleep.
Within your 40-foot range.
Within my 70-foot range.
Or 70-foot range, yeah, pretty much.
So that's 140-foot diameter, right?
Yeah, it doesn't say it has to be a targeted area, right?
That's a lot of area around me.
Yeah. Well, you're
I'm a wizard.
Magic user. Magic is pretty powerful.
Right. Okay.
So 2d8 hit dice.
Do I roll that or do you roll that?
Calculate monsters with less than 1 hit dice having 1 hit die. Blah 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 blah.
They have bonus hit die. They just
US hit dice are
amount.
affected first.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a yeah. Okay.
It doesn't even say that I need line of sight with them, but I think, yeah, it doesn't even say that.
Nope.
It just says within that area.
Yep. So pretty much from where you are,
70 feet in all directions.
hold on. So from where you are, 5, 10, 15,
But if I move,
35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. You don't want to step forward because Rachel's almost in the range
Okay.
from all the opposite side of the camp. But you can
So
hit almost everybody in the fort.
All right, I'm going to cast sleep and try to put
Okay.
as many people asleep as I can.
All right. There's no saving throw, right?
I think there
2d8
is.
plus
Or is
1.
there?
I don't think so. I think this is old
No, there is
school
no
sleep.
saving throw. No, they just fall asleep. If they
It does
have,
not affect undead constructs or other magical or unnatural creatures. Yep,
Right.
that's fine. So roll your 2d8.
Okay,
I'll look at who has the least hit points.
that is. Holy smokes! I rolled 8 and 6, so that's what 14.
Okay, hold on. So one of the guys fighting Rachel drops to sleep. One of the archers falls asleep. That's 2. Another archer sleeps. Now I'll just do proximity. Other 3 archers sleep. That's 7 so far. These 3 guys sleep. And all but one of the guys panic at the wall. Sleep. There's one guy still panicking at the wall, and there's one guy hiding behind the tent wondering why everybody else is falling down.
Awesome.
On 4, it's his turn. Give him a chance to have noticed he did not roll well. He did not hear you incanting your spell. What will he do? Holy shit. Well, he thinks Rachel is doing all this. He thinks she's the witch. He charges Rachel, screaming some profanity. You foul whore of a witch! He charges at her and swings and hits with a 21 to hit.
Holy.
Double damage. 8 points of damage.
Okay. I'm still up.
What have you done to my men? Anybody else on 4? 3?
I'm on 3.
3? Is this your second round? You got
Yeah.
your torch lit now, yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
Your torch is lit. What do you want to do now?
Well, I mean, half of the people are sleeping, but screw it. I'm just gonna throw it in the pen anyways.
In the animal pen, which you're already in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
And
set
then,
the wall to the animal pen on fire.
and then I'm gonna.
We might use
Animals.
those.
Animals will start panicking.
And then I'll go out in the open and try to get closer to the one guy that's awake.
Yeah, roll stealth. I'll let you roll stealth to see if you can get up behind him without him even noticing you, because he's attacking Rachel with all he's got right now.
Actually, roll a 1 and my stealth is a 3.
Yeah. Okay, you get up behind him. So next round you can, if he's still alive, you can get a sneak attack on him.
So all the animals are panicking as well?
The animals are freaking out, yeah, because the walls, the gate around the pen, whatever, the fence around the pen is on fire.
Nice. I hope I get a good initiative again.
They're screaming and freaking out, and when it burns a bit more, they're probably going to try to stampede out of there.
Okay. I need to roll initiative, actually.
Hopefully they trample the people who are sleeping.
Oh.
It probably would have been easier to, cut their throats while they're sleeping rather than relying on the animals. We could use to haul our loot back. But, I'm not there to say anything.
Sorry, I didn't think that far ahead.
Rachel, what was your initiative?
A 6.
Oh, you were on 6, so you already went. Did you already go? Yeah, you
I
did.
rolled another 6. So on the next.
Okay, so we're rolling the next round. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's initiative. Bad guy is on 2. It's his worst initiative roll yet of the fight. Cole, you see all those guys have gone down. The only one still standing. There's 2 still standing. There's one who's at the gate trying to get out. He's basically probably just given up at this point now that the others have dropped down. He's just crying and sinking down to his knees. pleading for his life, and the other one is in melee with Rachel.
I'll go for the one that's in melee with Rachel.
You have a chance of hitting her, a 50% chance of hitting her if you do so.
Well, I guess not good. Let's go for the guy at the gate.
Okay. Cool. So you get a -2 to attack because he's at your medium range. That's fine. Roll it.
So I rolled a 17 plus the 4.
That's gonna hit him.
21, so 19.
Give me damage.
Okay, damage is a 4.
Okay. He screams in pain. No, I'll do anything. Anything, please spare my life. And yeah, who else is on 6? Rachel's on 6. I know. I heard
Yep.
that.
So Rachel smiles at this guy and she says, "Do not worry. I shall merely devour their souls. They shall keep me alive for years. But your soul, yours, I'll trade to the devil himself." And then she'll swing with her sword.
Nice. Go for it. Are you still fighting defensively or?
No. You know what? At this point, actually, I'm gonna press my attack. Actually,
Good press attack. Okay, so +2 to attack. -4.
yeah. Go ahead.
No.
I mean,
Okay.
heck, I'm very low on HP, but at the same time, I think I can kill this guy. Just roll pretty well. Yeah, and I rolled a 16, and that's like a +12 to hit.
That's gonna hit. I think it's +10. You're +8 normally, +2 more. Yeah.
Yeah, +10.
26 hits for sure.
Yeah, so for 4 damage, I cut him with.
Okay. You wound him. Yeah, he's not breaking. He's scared. He's quite obviously scared. He's trembling, but he's still continuing to fight. Anybody else on 6? 5?
I got 5.
You're next, Antonio. You got a sneak attack.
Well, I want to
You get a +2 to hit.
Oh, that's nice. All right, let me roll real quick. All right, I roll a 18.
That's going to hit. What's your sneak attack?
2.
Oh yeah, you would have had an additional +2 as well, probably. Yeah, okay. So you have 2 points in sneak attack.
Yeah.
They're out for 4 turns, by the way.
Okay. Did you start at 1 and add 1 point to that, or did you just put 2 points into it? Because normally you don't start points.
I put 2 points
2
on
points.
that.
Okay, so you do triple damage.
Ooh. And I roll a d6, right?
Yes, I think so. What weapon are you using?
The pistol, the wheel lock pistol.
Oh, you're just straight up cold cocking him with the wheel lock pistol. The wheel lock pistol.
I'm just gonna point the pistol on the back of his neck and shoot.
Oh shit! Roll a d10. No, wheel lock pistols don't misfire, do they? Let me double check. I don't think wheel lock pistols can misfire. Yeah, roll a d10 times 3.
D10 times 3.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Well, the D10 I rolled an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
Oh, they can misfire still. Okay, so roll another d10, please. Just don't roll a 1.
The other one was a 4.
Okay, cool. So did misfire. 8 times 3 is 24. Yeah, you blast this guy's head off.
Jesus.
Rachel, you are sprayed with blood and brains as this guy's head explodes like fucking. What was that movie?
Scanners.
Yeah, scanner style. Like a fucking ripe pumpkin dropped off of a 5-story building. And yeah.
Yeah, like this blood scattered, like just like all over her face or whatever. She constantly like wipes the blood out of her eyes and like just like flicks it to the ground. Looks at Andres and says, "Took you long enough. I almost died, you idiot."
How long are the guys asleep for, Merrick?
4 turns. I rolled max
4
on that.
turns. That's 40 minutes.
Yep. So we got to get.
And they've got one guy cowering by the gate, begging for his life, with an arrow sticking out of his leg at the moment.
I think we should go about putting these guys down.
Oh yeah.
You can do that
Rachel,
easily.
I'm going to give you time to ask.
And while they start doing that, I'm going to grab a bucket and try and put out the fire on the animal pen.
You're breaking up again on me. Hold on.
Oh, how's that sound? What is
Is
it
that
going?
my end?
What's
Is that
causing?
It's not
my
breaking.
Wi-Fi?
It's not breaking. He's not
Try
breaking
again, Mark.
at all.
Hello? Testing.
You were saying while they're doing that, what?
I'm gonna run and try and put out the fire at the animal pen and keep the animals from panicking.
Okay.
I want to use them to carry my loot.
Yeah, you can grab water from the bucket there and
Start putting
actually
that out.
maybe have a brief flash of inspiration. You can grab part of that wet tarp,
Oh yes, drag it over there and throw it over the fire.
and you will see under there is a badly burnt flying machine.
Excellent.
Yeah, it looks like it did burn quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know if it's operational or not. You don't know anything about these things, I guess. But
Nope.
yeah. But you can get the fire put out for the animals, all right.
Excellent.
Coal, I suppose you can make your way calmly over to the fort now that the fight is over.
Mm-hmm. Gate's still locked though.
The gate is still locked until what? Can you just cancel it or no?
I don't know. It just says permanent.
No, you can't then.
Yeah.
You'd have to reverse a spell, basically. I'm sure
Right.
if you memorize a spell, could cast again, you could reverse it. But
Yeah.
for a moment, no. So you can just use a rope. You can put a
there's
rope
a
over the
rope,
other
I
side.
think,
Yeah, I can just toss the grapple over the wall.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he's got 2 more.
I mean, we can just camp inside this camp now. They have tents set up.
Got the bodies all piled up. I think we start distributing our loot here, lady and gentlemen.
This is November 23rd.
And we have that other giant tent left. So
Are we close enough to talk together?
Both the pavilion
Sure.
tents are still whole.
Okay. Did you notice? There's only one here. They had 2 when we were on that caravan.
We blew up one of them though.
You destroyed one of those.
We destroyed one of them there.
I put the guy to sleep and he crashed.
There's
I
still
don't know if you were there when that happened. Were you there? I think you were.
I don't remember. Yeah, he was there. And I gave you a piece of it to carve while you were in the church.
Oh yeah, okay. That getting stabbed and being put up for 20 days or whatever.
Right? Yeah.
The memory, you know.
No worries.
Okay. So you can dispatch the sleeping bandits.
Interrogate the other guy to find out if there's more of them somewhere. Oh, who are they working with?
Oh, I thought you killed him.
Oh, and plans. See if they have plans for the
Well, they had
mechanical
you said
machine.
there was the one guy still gibbering at the gate with an arrow in him, begging for his life.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you killed him first. I apologize.
No.
Okay, yeah, you can talk to him.
Right.
Everything you want to know.
He still thinks that Rachel's a witch, right? So she could probably question him.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's no more. There's no more. This is all of us.
Good.
We were hoping to retire from this life soon. We thought we'd acquired enough. Who are you? Why? Why did you do this?
Do not worry. You may rest now, and Rachel will then put him to sleep permanently.
Okay.
Did we find out who? So it was just them working on their own?
Yes.
Hmm.
I mean, logic would say they probably had somebody in one of the towns that they were working with.
Sure.
Like at least for information, or maybe as a fence or something.
Yeah, getting cuts.
But you don't know.
Oh well.
Hey, another thing we would have wanted to ask him is who built the machines.
Yeah, too late. You killed him.
Oh, well. Okay. Hoping you'd
Put
let
him
me
to
rest.
sleep permanently as soon as I started to roleplay his interrogation.
Oh,
So
well.
you got anyway that you killed all of them. They were the last. They were all the bandits. All 20 of them. 19
Well,
of
we
them
can
first
still
level
search
and one was second
Maybe there's
level.
some blueprints, who knows? And the blueprints are so much more valuable and easier to carry.
So
Sure.
speaking about loot, you can start looking through the sheds, or
Yes.
whatever you would call those. You find a whole lot of coin in
Mm,
one of them,
nice.
like stupid amount of coin. It's going to take, well, counting it, I don't even know. I'll just tell you how much it is. I don't even
Hold
think
on
I
a
could
second
count it right now.
Get my loot page ready.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come up with some creative ways to haul this stuff back, I'd say.
All right. I'm ready.
59,432 silver pieces.
432.
Yep, 59,432 silver pieces.
Wow.
52,176 copper pieces. And then in the other, sheds, buildings, cabins, whatever they are, I would just call them sheds. You find various stolen goods that have accumulated from robbing merchant caravans for the last several months. Lots of linens, cloth, clothing, some weapons, cutlery, nails, like iron nails, earthenware, pots, bowls, vases, things of that sort, made of like ceramics and clay and stuff. Tapestries, buff coats, and some bits of leather armor.
Wagons?
No. I don't think so. Any wagons? No wagons. There's 4 boats tied up out on the river, which actually I meant to Google this earlier. I want to see if this river freezes in the winter. I don't think it does. I think it's too big.
And if it does it lead to Amsterdam? I think,
I'm going to tell you in a second.
I have an idea.
In the winter, it it froze over once in 1963. So no, it doesn't freeze over.
Okay.
And does it lead to Amsterdam? I will tell you, this is the Rhine. So is it? I think it was. Let me double check my map. Here's my map. Oh, actually, I want a better map. I want a Google map. Google map. I want it just because I can actually kind of figure out which river it is from there better. Okay, so here's where you are. Here's the river. I do believe I said before that this was the Netherrhine, also known as the Dutch portion of the Rhine River. So does it flow to Amsterdam? It flows to Rotterdam, which I don't even know if it exists. It does not go directly to Amsterdam. However, it does lead to this bit of river. You can get there. It'd be a bit of a haul, but yeah, it can be done. There are connecting rivers and canals and everything that would eventually you'd be able to get to Amsterdam. Might take you with those boats, especially you got to load them up with the coin and stuff.
Well, that's one idea. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I was saying number one, probably take a couple of trips. Number two, it'd probably take a couple of days with each trip because it'd probably be a pretty slow haul with that much haul weighed down like that.
I'm thinking might be a better idea to head back, have a couple of us head back to the city and get some wagons and chests and then come back with those and haul this stuff back that way.
Yeah, like
get some wagons. Get some wagons, we can always line the bottom of the wagon with the tarps. Load the coin into that and then put the other goods on top of it. Haul it back to the city and bring it right to the bank. Have like a liaison at the bank ready to receive us.
Well, I'm not fond of trusting people in my old age, but you all have fought by me. I know I'm not going anywhere for a few days, Rachel says as she is like fishing out the last of the arrows from her body.
Yeah.
So I say you and Cole could head out in the morning, and Andres and I could stay here, watch the place.
Good idea. I would suggest that we haul all these
Mhm.
bodies off to one area away from
If I
the rest.
remember correctly, with you and your handing of gold to people, you seem to have the most money among us.
Well, we're soon to all be quite swimming in it. Say what the
Ah, I'll be able to put Epona and plate mail armor.
And besides, those coins that I was throwing around, you wouldn't know about those.
Did I not notice them?
I was not with you when I was doing that.
When you were like at the docks and stuff, handing money out to like the.
Yeah, I just went to the docks by myself and went to the blacksmith by myself.
Oh, okay. Oh, well then, my bad.
No
Never
worries.
mind.
No
You
worries.
still didn't. Mhm. Either way, Rachel would still say, like,
Holy smoke, that's a lot of silver each. Anyways, yeah.
you can go
So
ahead.
yeah, I will. Cole and I in the morning will head back to Amsterdam, and the first thing to do is go and talk to someone at the bank, let them know that we'll be making a large deposit soon.
Yeah, when we split
And we would like to.
just the silver four ways is like 14,858 silver pieces each. That's just the silver pieces.
That's a lot of money.
And they'll be quite happy to receive it, I'm sure.
I was
Of course
away
they
when you
will.
talked about the river. Does the river run towards Amsterdam or no?
It does. You have to connect with different rivers to make your way to the state. Like I said, it'd take a couple of days
Not really worth it.
um,
I think we could just.
with those little boats, you know.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll just go on horse.
Yeah. Head back to the city, do a withdrawal from the bank, let them know what we're going to be doing. Leave a little, like a token amount of money in there so that I don't lose my account. But, yes, asked to speak with one of the, higher ups and saying, hey, we're going to be doing a very large deposit soon. And we would like to have a private chamber to do that. When we haul the funds into the city, we don't want to just let it sit around for too long. We would like to get it into your capable hands quickly.
Okay. Of course. So are you gonna basically offer a small percentage or something like that for the assistance? And
I think that's probably a good idea. Like, how much would that be? Like 10% maybe?
Start at 5. Work your way up.
Start at 5? Yeah, start at 5% of the deposited amount.
I think they would probably want to know how much you're talking about.
Let's just say I will be needing wagons to haul it. And I do mean that in plural.
5% probably be pretty sufficient.
Hopefully they supply the wagons.
Oh, and I'm just gonna go and use my gold and buy some wagons.
Yeah, we can always
Yep.
resell them with her.
So
I think 2 wagons would do it, right? Do we need 3? How many do we need?
Well, if there were wagons, may hold it, but we got to make sure we got enough in
well,
front of
let's
it.
think about weight here, right?
Yeah. Okay. So
I've always kind of assumed about 10 coins weigh the pound.
10 coins?
I think that's right in
So
limitations.
you're looking at over 10,000, over 11,000 pounds
Yeah.
in coin here.
I thought 50 coins in a bag, it was 1 point of encumbrance.
It is,
100
yeah.
coins in a
Okay.
bag is 1 point of encumbrance.
So
50 coins in the bag. So you're looking at,
No, it's 100 coins in a bag is 1 encumbrance.
oh, is it 100 coins?
Yeah, it's 100
Shit,
coins.
I've been saying 5 all this time. Okay, my bad. It's 100. Good to know. You're still
Yeah.
talking about over 1,000 points of encumbrance here, over 1,100
Okay.
points of encumbrance.
Let's see. So 59,432 silver
Sorry,
divided.
over 1,100 items of encumbrance, I should say.
Yeah, that's 594.32 points of encumbrance. That's just the silver. So, even if you round that down, that's still 594 points of encumbrance. That's just
594 items, right?
Yeah.
So it's about 120 points of encumbrance. So if you're talking about, and now granted,
Yeah.
wagons, I think we would reduce that to some point. Hold on. Of course, pulling the vehicle, yeah, negative 10 points against the vehicle load per axle. So 2 axles per vehicle. So negative 20 per wagon. So where was I at here? 120. You're talking about 6 heavily encumbered horses. Now, if they're pulling the wagon, if you're pulling 2 wagons, 2 wagons, it's minus 40 points, so you're down to 80 points. Yeah, you could have 2 horses on 2 wagons, and they'd be heavily encumbered.
Okay.
Just with just the coin.
Antonio,
Yes.
how about we get?
That's a lot of fucking coin, man. Think about that.
Let's not try to take it all at once.
No.
Because
so what do we say we go and we get the silver first?
But
Bring that back, like split
don't-
between the 2 wagons. Bring
we
that
don't-
back.
we don't want too heavy of items. I mean, if those wagons are heavy, it's going to show in the ruts that the wheels make. And
It's just gonna,
people pay attention to stuff like that.
of course.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe we should divide it up into smaller trips. You know. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We may also want to consider that what we put in the bank is eventually going to get taxed and stuff. So we may want to as well keep some of that out of the bank.
Will they get taxed in the bank?
Oh yeah. The bank will take a cut eventually. Before you can close your account, they're going to take a percentage, I'd say. Yep.
Right.
Like 1 or 2%, something like that, probably. But
yeah.
Maybe we should take some of that and buy property instead of just holding on to silver. Buy property.
if you convert that copper to silver, I mean, you're looking at what? I think it's over.
Let's see. The
over 64,000 silver pieces, I believe.
2,176 copper, and that's every 10 copper is a silver, so that's 5,217.6 silver.
Yeah. So you're looking at like 64,600 and something.
And splitting that 4 ways, that's 1,304.4 each.
5217.6 plus 59,432. Yeah, it's 64,649 silver plus 6 copper.
So all of the coins together, that's 16,162.4 silver together. Like
Each.
Each. So that's 16,162 silver and 4 copper each.
It's a lot of fucking money.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to just figure out how we're gonna do that.
Like he said, they were planning to retire soon.
Yeah.
Even divided by 20 of them, that was still over 3,000 silver each for those guys.
Yeah. So, I mean, we offered if we're gonna, I guess we would all talk about this at night, right? Like we're gonna offer them 5%. So 1 wagon, how much could 1 wagon?
If you're gonna offer them 5%, they will sort out transport and everything. They will assist with wagons and security and everything for that 5%.
Oh,
that's actually worth it.
See, that might be worth it, having them to haul all of the money.
Even for the items? Because we could open up our own merchant. We could open up our own.
Roll your intelligence.
Hold on. Let us see.
15. My intelligence is at 15.
Now,
I made it. Yep.
These items have been stolen from merchants who operate in the area.
We could ransom them back.
It's possible that you wouldn't get caught selling all these stolen goods, but it's also possible that somebody might figure it out. It might affect your reputation.
Mm-hmm.
It could cause a lot of problems for you in the areas of, say, Amsterdam and Nijmegen and the United Provinces in general. It also could reflect poorly upon your patron, Mr. Joop van Ooms.
Oh, yeah. Oh, do not want to.
So then what we need to do is burn it. Look through it, see if there's anything you want to keep for yourself, and then burn the rest along with the bodies.
We could, or we could consider shipping it. I mean, once we get our money and everything, we could consider shipping it overseas. We could buy ourselves a ship, ship it all.
Yeah, send it to
That way,
England.
it doesn't have anything to do with they won't know anything about Amsterdam or anything.
We do know a merchant.
Yep, that's true. We did.
You talking about Dominic DeLuigi?
Yes.
He's got a
And we
ship
do
there.
know
He's got a
that
galleon,
Dominic-
doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And Dominic is already sweet on our friend Andres here.
Yeah.
Andres, you do whatever you did before, and we should be set.
Hey, I'll take one for the team if I can get a boat. Shit.
Remember, we do have that year-long contract, though.
Did he ever name his galleon?
Well,
I don't think he did.
we
did
don't
he?
have we don't have to do all we have to do is load this shit up onto a galleon. I mean, that's all we got to do. We can stay in Amsterdam.
Right. I'm just saying. It's a little too
We
soon
may,
to be
we may
heading out.
even
But
be able to start a.
yeah, we could hope. Yeah, we got those 4 boats. We can put the material goods on the boats, haul them away to somewhere where they're not going to be seen when the bank shows up with the carts.
Mhm.
One thing too is if we got enough money and we get a galleon, we can always live in there instead of paying for like hotels and stuff.
And yeah, and then Dominique, we could talk to Dominique about this. He's probably been in this kind of shit before anyway. Right. So he's
Do we want to buy a ship now?
well, not now, but
Yeah,
It just seems too early to buy a ship to me.
how
I don't
about,
know.
here's another idea. How
I
about
mean, let's talk to Dominique and see what he would say. Let's just give hypotheticals. Like, let's just say we found a lot of loot out in the forest that happened to have been stolen, and we wanted to like sell it to you for like super cheap for you to do whatever it is you do with it, overseas.
What were you saying, Cole?
so if we just stashed it somewhere, a big hole, fill it with canvas, put all the stuff in it, bury it back, pat it down somewhere out of the way, off the known trail, and leave it there until who knows when we want to come and get it. But after the heat has gone down on all these, attacks upon the caravans, when that's not happening, then we could go out, get the stuff, maybe a little bit at a time, and bring it in and sell that stuff or trade it to like we are talking about to overseas. But I think it's really risky to be doing anything like that right now. You know, I mean,
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's winter, so no one's trading right now anyway. We can just talk to Dominique because Dominique says he said he's gonna settle for a few months. So let's just talk to Dominique over the course of these few months. He'll know what to do with it, and
Yeah, he said he was going to winter in Amsterdam, and then
yeah.
he wasn't
So
going anywhere till spring.
once he'll need merchandise again, and merchants are always willing to buy stuff dirt cheap. So that's our point of contact right now. Talking to him,
Mm.
yeah.
he can take it overseas for us. We just have to figure out how honest he is.
We don't need to talk to him until later anyway, because the fewer people we talk about this, the more chance we have of success. So
Okay.
if we wait, and that way the heat goes down on there's not caravans being robbed all the time like they were now. So it won't, so conspicuous of us coming in with a big load of materials.
Yeah, true. Good head on your shoulder there, Cole.
I try to. I hope I keep it there.
Andres, did you say it's too bad you can't buy the galleon? Technically speaking, you could buy a galleon.
Oh yeah,
A galleon costs 60,000 silver pieces.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Now-
the way I see it, it wouldn't be a bad idea because then we can
That's
store stuff
just
in there,
straight up for the ship. Of
and
course,
we
you have
can
to-
we could live in there.
Really?
And that way, we don't have to pay
But-
everybody for hotels and crap like that.
Do we really? But you still need to pay harbor fees and all that. But do we really need a galleon? Those are big.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it can be a smaller boat. It doesn't have to be a galleon. I'm just saying.
True.
But for now, we can just get these items out of here. Let's just bury them a little further down the ways.
Right.
We don't want too many people to know about all this.
Yeah, and then buying a ship at this point in time, I'm the only one that's had experience on a ship, and nobody else has. That means we'd have to hire a crew and have to trust them with what we're doing, that they don't kill us in our sleep and throw us overboard and take off with the ship. So, I mean, there's a lot.
Somebody spent too much time around pirates.
Yeah, reading those books.
But yeah, sailors would cost some money for sure.
And then, like Antonio said, the harbor fees.
Typical sailor gets a what? That can't be right. It says a sailor gets a 1/5 share, but that doesn't make sense because you'd have more than 5 sailors. I think that's if you just hired him as a general retainer. But a monthly wage for a typical live-in sailor is 63 silver pieces. Forget about the share. Share would be based on how many sailors you have, I think, in fairness.
So how about this? How about
a galleon would require at least 150 crew. So you'd need at least 149 sailors times 63 silver pieces a month. Yeah.
Yeah. So how about we
You
just
don't need a ship that big at all. A galleon can hold 150 tons of cargo. That's 300,000 pounds. You don't have that much shit here. I mean, you could easily store the goods you found here in a much smaller ship, like trying to see. Hell, a riverboat might even. Yeah, a riverboat could hold 10 tons of cargo still. Of course, it's not going to make it across sea. A long ship, yeah, maybe you could get one. I'm not even looking at prices. I'm just looking at the size of the ships and the cargo they can carry.
So let's just talk to the bank about securing all of this coin. We'll hide the other shit a little further downriver for now, out in the woods or whatever. However, we're going to hide it, whatever we're going to do with it. We'll figure out how to get that stuff out of here a little later, and then that way we could each. We don't have to sleep in hotels anymore. We can just fucking buy a mansion now. We could, get an accountant. My horse can have proper land to run on.
We were talking about going to England and doing that. Doing a settle down, or at least go there and do something. I can't remember exactly what it was.
I was saying, like, we don't have to go to England. All we got to do is sell the shit we have to someone who is going out of Amsterdam.
England is the goal, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're not talking about going to England to sell this stuff ourselves.
Yeah. Right. So,
of course, you have signed a 1-year contract to work for Joop van Ooms, but I'm not saying you have to honor that contract. You are a bunch of rogues, after all, apparently.
Well, I want to still honor my contract, but
after one job, considering how much he paid us and how much we've made just on the spoils of one job, I'm highly inclined to continue working for Mr. Joop.
Yeah, exactly. If a second job were to pay even half this, yeah, it's worth staying for that year before you guys retire to England or whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah, I agree.
What I'm talking about for this stuff is like, towards the end of winter, we can talk to that merchant friend of ours, Dominic, and just say like, hey, we have stuff we can sell you, and like you were saying, Cole, by that time people won't be as suspicious about stolen equipment and stuff like that. We can have time to test to see how honest he is, and so on and so forth.
Yes.
So I say we get all this coin to the city.
Yeah, hopefully he's not too honest if he's going to be selling a bunch of stolen goods for us.
Yeah. Well, if we find he's too this is why we will. And of course, I'm not the wordy one here. I'll leave the words to you wordy people, but I'm just saying we could invite him over for dinner sometime, have some hypotheticals. Like, if you were to find a bunch of, merchandise somewhere and no one knew about it, would you, what would you do with it? Things like that. See how I'm, you know what I mean? And then if he's like, well, fuck, if no one knew, I would, take it and sell it. Then we know we have someone we could go, oh, so we might have some merchandise we know about.
I'm fairly confident that 90% of the merchants you speak of would be like, fuck, let's sell that shit.
Exactly. And then the only responsibility we have is he will give us money to find out where all of this crap is, and he can deal with getting it out and everything himself. And then we'll no longer be responsible for it.
My only worry is storing it if we're going to consider trying to sell it later. But I mean, it's an interesting idea, but just putting it in a hole in the ground is not going to do any favors for any of this stuff.
Mm,
It's true.
That's why I think we should load it on the boats.
load it on the. Yeah.
Put it out of sight for when the merchants arrive. Make sure
so-
everything else is, all the bodies that we have, these gentlemen, and everything else is hauled off to a corner of the camp and put to fire. I would move anything that's not needed and burnable, stuff it in the corner and set fire to it.
GM, just the merchant stuff, like with those 4 boats, is that enough to be able to load all the non-coins onto? Like the weapons and stuff? Because we only have to store it away for a few days, let's say, and then we could like get some wagons and after we buy our mansion, and then we can take it back.
Boats. No, definitely not. Not all of it.
Do we need all of it, though?
Why
Well,
not just
we're off
keep it
to
here in the buildings?
why not?
I mean, if you deal with the bank, they're going to send guys out here with wagons, security. You guys are obviously coming along as well
Right.
to get the coins, load them up, and take them back. They're not going to be like, "Oh, hey, what's in here?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
True.
And then we can get our own. Then we can buy our mansion. Because I say we just buy a mansion that we can all live in. It should be big enough for the 4 of us to live in, right? That way, we have a secret place to plan stuff for working for Joop van Ooms. Private.
We can deal with that bit a little bit later, but right now, if you want to organize for the bank to transport the money,
Yep, that's what we're doing.
you will have 61,417 silver and 1 copper piece remaining after they take their cut.
How much now? 51,000.
61,417 silver and 1 copper.
And that's converting everything, right?
Yep.
61,000. I'm sorry. Can you say it one more time?
Total is 61,417 silver pieces and 1 copper.
And then that
divide that evenly. You're basically looking at 15,354 silver and 2 copper each.
Yeah. So I'm gonna write down in my bank account now that I got 15,000 silver in there.
15,354.
Yeah.
And 2 copper.
1,354 and 2 copper.
Mm-hmm. I want to put that down as well, Rob.
I'll keep the 2 copper on myself.
Jose. Now, let's talk about experience points.
Oh my God!
Rachel's a fighter, right?
Yes.
What level?
Level 5. Hold on a second.
You are level 5?
Yeah.
You're breaking up on me. Hello?
Yes, I am level 5. Yes, I have.
How much experience points do you have currently?
I currently have 18,750.
Okay, well then you can take 15,354. Let's add another 250. Make it 15,600 experience points.
15,600.
Holy smokes!
Yep. I have to do this each one though, because you can only get a certain amount.
So that
You can't
brings
go
me up,
more than half, up more than a level and a half anyway per
so that
session.
brings
But
me up to 34,350.
so Cole is also a fighter. How many experience points does he have?
I'm looking on my paperwork and I can't find the exact amount. I've got ones written down that we've got in the last few sessions, but I'm trying to find the paper that has the original.
Okay, I had 18,750. So whatever my original was, plus that is how many we had total since last session.
Yeah, Rob's been in a lot more sessions than you though. So
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking about
Okay.
that.
it's okay. You're level 5, right, Rob?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is because I
Okay.
think I started at a 3 or 4 or almost a 4, and then we
Yeah,
had all these
probably.
adventures, up until
Mhm.
we came into Amsterdam. I think right before that I went up the level. If I'm
Mhm.
not mistaken.
What experience do you have written down there?
I just have the ones from the last few sessions on the paper I have out right now. I think I have another paper in the file that I'll look for. They should have his base experience points on it somewhere.
Oh, we'll get together. We'll sort this out. But more than likely, anyway, I think you're probably level 6 now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about it. No hurries.
Andres is a specialist. How many experience points does Andres currently have? Jose?
9,350.
9,350, which would put him at level 5. Now, he can go to level 6. He can't go more than halfway to level 7, but that won't matter anyway. Yeah, so you can also add another 15,600 experience points to your character.
15,000 what?
15,600. You just leveled up, boy. Wait, you had 9,000 something?
I had 9,350.
Hold on, I told a lie. So 9,350. You can go up to level 5, which would be 12,000. So hold on. And you can go up halfway to the next level beyond that. So another 6,000 beyond that. I apologize. You can't have that much level. You would max out at, what's halfway? 18,000 experience points. That's how much you have.
So that's total 18,000.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
18,000. You're level 5 now, and you're halfway to level 6.
Cool. And
Because
I get
you can't go up more than 1.5 levels. So.
Cool. I get the 2 skill points, right?
Oh yeah. When you level up you get 2 skill points, correct? Yep. And you're now level 5, so your saving throws are going to change as well. You'll need to update that.
Cool. Okay.
Now, Antonio is a magic user. How many experience points did he have?
I have 14,334.
14,000. So he is level 4. He can go up to level 5. He won't have enough to go to level 6. So yeah, you can. What would halfway be? You have 14,000 currently, something?
14,334. Mm-hmm.
So you're going to max out at 27,000 even total.
Excellent.
When you hit your max. So you don't get quite the full 15,000, but you're getting like nearly 13,000. 27,000. So you are now level 5, halfway to level 6.
Very nice. Oh, that's level 3 spells. I think. Let me get there.
It is, yes. One.
Yeah, 1 level 3 spell. Awesome.
Your saving throws do not change at level 5. No.
I only need 36,000 to get to level 6.
Yep.
Gosh darn. Magic users.
Well, you're at 27, so you only need 9,000 more.
Right.
Yeah. Coolaboola.
3, 1, 3, 2, 1.
I now have 42 hit points. I didn't roll that well on my hit points. It was a D8, but I only rolled a 2, and I got a +2 for con.
42 hit points?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot, man.
It's still a lot, and I got a +7 to hit now.
You took those first 2 bow shots, first 2 arrows, max damage.
Yeah, I
and
had
like almost
38.
laughed it off.
I had 8 HP left.
You took a couple of other big shots too. I mean, that was some tough stuff.
Yep,
Oh yeah,
I had.
you're gonna be healing up probably for some weeks, but
Oh yeah, I had 8 HP left. I thought I was gonna die. No lie.
yeah, it's gonna take you a couple of weeks to heal up probably. But well done.
But I
All right.
like when the flames were going off and everything, and then they started shooting back. I was like, I've got to do something. So then I was like, oh, the gates and they're going to be locked. They're going to be freaking out, maybe. So maybe I can like pretend to be the witch. They'll expect the witch to be a woman, and I'm a woman.
It was a great plan, and it actually worked quite well.
It went a lot
They
better than I
they
thought
never
it was
even
gonna go.
detected Antonio, and yeah,
Wow, I'm just kind of shocked at how powerful sleep is. I didn't realize it was that strong.
yeah, man, magic is scary. That's why your experience points, go up so slow for your levels, and
Right. And I'm looking through it
that's why
all, and I'm like,
your hit points are shit. But
right. I'm like, damn, I don't have like any attack
expensive for you to do
abilities or
anything.
talk about crowd control. Holy cow.
Sleep is badass, and that's old school sleep. It's not
That's
like
first level spell.
So can we take care of healing between adventures, or can we do it real quick, or next session, or what?
no, we can do. There'll probably be a time, lapse anyway. So we'll probably just let you guys heal up before your next big job that Yoop sends you on anyway.
Excellent.
Okay.
Next
Thought you
session, maybe what we'll deal with is, talking with Yoop and finishing up. It'll probably be at least partially a maintenance session just to determine. You can maybe think about before the next session. You guys can talk in the chat, whatever, as to what you want to do. Solidify your plan as to what to do with the remaining goods or whatever, and with this Luigi guy. Because if you want to go that route, we can role play through some of that next session, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Cool. Experience points are doled out. You guys got your money in the bank. I'm going to end the broadcast, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. And we'll do this again next week, same time.
Before we go,